Hi, welcome in, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Pleasure to be here with you. I'm in. I made it in. I was a little late to getting in StreamYard. There we go. Okay. Hi, everybody. That better? Good to go?
We're good.
Good to go? Okay. Hi, everyone. Let's start it over. Kind of blew that. I'm Woods. That's Paul. That's Ben. How are you guys?
I'm good. You realize that everybody can hear you even if you're not on the video stream.
Yeah, I was just late getting to it.
I know, but everyone hears you. You could just plow on as if you were there. And
I mean, I know that it's your way to just plod and
be
plow through.
Stop down in the morning. We sound so happy in our Friday opening. We're laughing. It's a Friday.
I'm happy.
We're delighted.
I'm happy.
I miss being happy around here.
I'm happy. I'm very happy. I mean, listen. You want to let a baseball team ruin your life, that's up to you, my friend, but I'm not going to. I'm choosing not to. I'm in a great mood. It's Friday. Got a great weekend ahead. I mean, sleeping in tomorrow till probably 6:15, which is just fantastic. Got a kid's birthday party, which we have the debate about in our home. Am I required to go or not? So we'll have that debate again. It's a 5-hour party, by the way. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Oh, 5-hour party.
And Hannah goes, maybe it's more like an open house where you just come and go as you please. I
pop
go,
in, pop out.
Pop in, pop out. I go, yeah. But
5 hours.
Is there ever cause for a 5-hour party?
Like not in my opinion,
a Super Bowl party, you're there for at least a 3.5 hour to 4 hour game with some pregame.
That's a long day.
It's just long.
That may be cause for a 5-hour party, but
then again, they have like a bouncy house, and like you can't do a bouncy house party and like, all right, it's 1 to 1:30, So I just, and again, I don't think you have to attend the whole time. But our Little League party was from 2:30 to 7:30.
5-hour party.
And I left at 5:30 as the head coach. I was like, I gotta go. It's Friday. I'm tired. And dude. So, Hannah just said we're whale watching tomorrow, so there will be no sleeping in.
Bitch. Whale watching.
Yeah, we did it. So
do you actually go on a boat, or are you doing it from the shore?
No, we do it from a chopper. No, we do it from a boat. I forgot about that, man. It's awesome. It's a great time. We went back in November or something, and it was unbelievable.
Isn't it a little late in the season?
No, it's actually the perfect.
I thought they were more north by now.
We asked him, hey, and we had the best guy. He's so good. We go down to down at that hotel by the airport. The really, like a Hilton or whatever it is. It's really nice. It's right on the water. Mm-hmm. You go down the dock, and then you get on this big, like not a huge boat, but it's one of those, what would you call it? Like it almost looks like it's made of rubber, like a
dinghy?
No, like a
big dinghy?
like a big,
like a party boat, like a flat. No,
like let's say you were in the
rubber boat.
It's like you're in the Coast Guard and you have to go save somebody, but the big boat can't get
skiff.
It's like a skiff, but it's like the rubber. What the hell is it called?
A lifeboat.
Kind of like that, like a lifeboat. It's like a bigger lifeboat.
Okay.
And we had this incredible captain. And he takes you out, and this guy, here's the problem, though, because he's driving the boat, right, in the front, and he is talking to you, but the boat's going like 40 miles an hour, and it's windy. So he's like, and you just sit in the back, and you nod your head, and the wind is, and the waves, it's loud, and he's like, do you want to go up to the left? That's the Point Loma, and then there's the lighthouse, and then you want to cut through here north. You're going to see the little rainbow, and you're just, let's just enjoy the ride. Let's just just get us to where you go, and we can drop anchor, right? So it's like 45 minutes of that until you get out there. A Zodiac.
I love our chat. Catamaran, dinghy, tender, pontoon, raft, Zodiac. We have all of San Diego just shouting out boat names for you.
His name is Captain Ron, by the way.
Really?
He's amazing. He's amazing. Ron. So we did it, and he goes, "Hey, if you guys," we saw some whales, and it's spectacular. You're sitting there, it's quiet, and he goes, "Okay, look at the light blue water," and you hear, and you see the whale come up. Yeah, you see wait, if you look off to your left, you're going to see this is back in 1937, and you're just like, yeah, Just get us there, right? It's unbelievable. So we said, what's the best time to come? He goes, June. July. Yeah, June, July. So it's June. So early June, July, whatever.
Now, do you leave the harbor and have to go out to the ocean, right? No.
What? What do you think? The whales come up to the dock?
Well, I know. I mean, how far out do you have to go?
Where do you think we go in a boat? You go way out. You go way out.
You do go way out.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. It feels like a long.
It's not an aquarium.
Like a long voyage.
It's long.
It's a 3-hour tour.
Oh yeah.
A 3-hour tour.
Oh yeah. It's really fun. It's stunning, and they're just incredible. Now the kids are domed that the whale's going to Taylor especially. The whale's going to swim under the boat and tip us over, which I guess it's possible. But yeah, it's awesome. Have you never been whale watching?
No, I've not been whale watching.
It's really fun. I forgot that we were doing it tomorrow. So
apparently. And how early do you have to go?
I don't know. I just follow along. I just go with the flow, Okay, sounds good. We'll go. And then I bitch about it on the radio. That's my therapy for it.
Is it private or is there other people that go along with you?
Private.
Yeah,
but it'll be us and the grandparents and the whole bit. So yeah, it's awesome. It's absolutely such a fun day. And it's one of those where you're like, oh, fine. And then you get there and you're like, all right, this is the best thing I've ever done. For me, it's just getting me out of the house. That's the hard part. Getting me out of the house to go do anything at all is very, very difficult. And so once you get down there, though, it's
doesn't it get choppy out there in the ocean?
Oh yeah. We had the little things on the back of our ear, to make sure you don't get seasick, Dramamine or whatever, the patches. So yeah, I mean it does. It gets choppy and it gets hot.
I will
admit,
sunny. I'm definitely not a boat person. I've done a couple of those inside the harbor, party boat cruises a couple of times, but I've never actually gone past like Point Loma and Coronado and gone.
Oh, it's the best
out on a boat.
Well, when you have
fishing excursions, half-day boat trips, I'm not going to catch any marlin anytime soon.
Me neither. But when you have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, you can't exactly go out on a party cruise. I mean, I guess you could, but you're kind of a crap parent if you do. Somebody's got to drive home, so it's like go get dad another Coronita, please. Right? Like, forget it, dude.
There's a little Corona.
The little Coronas.
Does it make anyone feel better about themselves to drink the little tiny Corona?
I only had 60 Coronitas. That's fine. That's fine.
They're just little.
They're just teeny tiny little samples.
Little shot.
So yeah, we're going to be doing that. Apparently, I'm going to try. I don't have any of my own organized baseball, so I'm going to try to play a game of baseball. It has been months. Probably not going to go well, but we'll see how it goes, man. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I had my day yesterday off. I went to breakfast with my son. There were a bunch of tier ones sitting outside that flagged me down and waved me over when I got there.
Nice.
One guy apologized and said, I make my either wife or girlfriend watch every morning. She says, yes, we have to revolve our lives around your show. And I said, that's not my fault. I appreciate you bearing with us every single morning. So if you're listening, thank you for saying hi yesterday. Do appreciate it. Got to play a little golf with my dad. It was just me and him. Didn't have anyone else. So a twosome. So it was kind of
nothing better.
Just cool. We just got to spend, 4 hours together playing golf. I didn't play great, but I didn't play badly.
Yep.
It was nice to have the afternoon off. And then got home and, just chilled last night. Chilled.
What sports were on for you last night?
I watched the end of the hockey game, overtime of the Stanley Cup. And there was a little bit of baseball I flipped over. So we will get to that in the MLB reach round at some point.
Okay. Probably the Dodgers.
I watched some of it. I didn't see the collision in that game. We'll talk about that as well between Max Muncy and Ildemaro Vargas.
Yep. Paulie, how about you, bud?
Good night. Didn't watch any sports. Kind of forgot about hockey until I saw the notification that thrilling overtime victory. And
who won?
I don't know.
Carolina came back. They were down 2-0 going into the third. Scored 3 straight goals. Vegas scored to force overtime, and then Carolina won it in OT.
Well, this was a really good Padres series. We talked about microdosing. Ben has a desire to start microdosing things, which I think is super healthy. And I recommended maybe microdose Padres baseball.
Very interested in microdosing.
Yeah. And so this was a perfect series for me to microdose. Now I didn't purposefully say I'm taking a break. I just had things going on. I had 2 baseball practices during the first 2 games, and then yesterday I had a brunch, breakfast, lunch with Carlos Quentin.
Business lunch,
as it were. Carlos is obviously former Padre, and we've had him on the show many times. He is such an impressive guy. He's just impressive. And it's always cool to sit and get that perspective. And you know what's funny, man? We did not talk about the big leagues. We did not talk about any of that. We talked about youth baseball. And to hear his perspective, he's running, I think, a 13U team. They're going out to play a tournament. I think they're going to the Cooperstown tournament, if I'm not mistaken, which is huge. And we were talking through his strategy and, how much he wants to preserve arms and how hard it is in tournaments like that. And the other coaches that you run up against, because I'm running a team now, and to be able to sit and pick his brain for like an hour and a half was legendary. I mean, legendary. He's such a smart guy. He told me some great stories about when he was at Stanford. I loved this. I'll share one because I think every coach wants their kid, right? We run to our position and we run off the field. All right, period. Like, where there's no, you're going to shuffle your feet out to play first base. We run in, we run out. And I guess his legendary Mark, the legendary head coach from Stanford, I can't remember his last name, he passed away. He said, he would tell us, guys, it's no big deal. You either run to your position and run back, and I mean all the way back. Don't stop the 10-foot walk to the dugout. You run in, you run out, or we'll just run after practice. We'll just do a 2-hour practice. You guys can choose to take it easy, and then we'll run. He goes, bro, no one ever slacked after that. And I thought, that's awesome. Like, so you're going to run regardless. More fun to just run out to short and play and run in. Then we're just going to run our ass off after practice. I go, that's so genius, and I'm going to institute that, right? Like
Mark Marquess.
He said, right? He said, may you rest in peace. So he gave me so much stuff that's going to help me moving forward. But he's just such a smart dude, and cerebral is a great word for him. He developed this app for kids, and now there's a part for their parents too. It's called Before the Field. It's awesome. I use it. My kids used it this year, and it's just great. He's just a great dude.
Took advantage of his Stanford education.
Good school. Smart, man. So smart.
I got rejected from Stanford.
Did you?
I did. Only place I got rejected from.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was that your top?
That was my top pick.
Damn.
Got rejected.
My wife likes to throw it cavalierly around the house. Oh, we want you to go to Stanford. And I'm like, maybe we lower. If you got rejected, you did.
Yeah.
Why?
And it's even more competitive now. They don't tell you why you got
What's your
rejected.
guess?
It wasn't grades. It wasn't, I don't know. I thought I had good extracurriculars. Thought I wrote a good essay. Did an interview with someone down at an office downtown.
That was it.
Thought it was the interview. Yes, did I overthink the interview? Probably.
You didn't have to say anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you exactly why it is you don't get in.
If you would have just not mentioned the interview, I'd have been like, God, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the grades, the extracurriculars.
And then they met you, and you made a joke, and,
and
then you laughed at your own joke.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Did you make a cardinal joke?
I possibly did.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
How old were you then? Like 18,
17? Yeah.
Guy's like, all right, well, I've seen enough. We'll be in touch, Mr. Higgins. You didn't do a real interview.
Had to do a real interview.
Weird that Texas Tech summer school program didn't have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they have a network of alums that do these interviews, or at least they did. This was back in 1993.
They're like, beat it, nerd. We're out.
But if there's nerds there,
it's a nerdy school.
That's what I thought. I was so
nerdy. I'm
nerdy.
going to slay it here.
I was comfortable talking.
Yeah,
I was already into broadcasting. I was doing public address, so I had no fear going in and speaking to an adult. I wasn't like a wilting violet or anything. And I was like, I thought I held my own on the interview, but for whatever reason, didn't get in. There's limited number of slots.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of impressive candidates, I'm sure.
I think they missed the boat on you. I really do. I think they missed the boat. Stanford, if you're listening.
The Zodiac.
I think you missed. I think you missed out. I think they missed the Zodiac on you, dude. I really do. You would have been a great addition.
And I always feel like things happen for a reason.
Right.
And I really enjoyed my smaller college experience at Pomona.
Sure.
Certainly would not have made the golf team with Tiger Woods at Stanford.
You could have watched it, though.
As a walk-on at Stanford.
You
and I got to play all 4 years.
That's true.
Really enjoyed that. And I thought, you know what? Things happen for a reason.
They do. They absolutely do happen for a reason. So
I got to do all the PA at Pomona. Certainly wouldn't have happened at Maples Pavilion up at Stanford as a student.
Sure.
So who knows what different direction my life would have gone in, but almost certainly wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that happened. Anytime you get rejected, it doesn't feel good.
True.
Certainly, but I didn't have any of those worries. It was like, can I get in somewhere on a probation basis, and then even then, can I stay?
I totally get where Ben's coming from, though, because I really only applied to 2 colleges.
Yeah.
I applied to San Diego State, and I got in January, and then the University of Washington was the only other possible place I would have gone, and their admissions didn't come in until like March or April. And then my friends started getting theirs, and I got waitlisted originally. And I just said, I got accepted into one. I got waitlisted on the other.
I'm out, dude.
They made the decision for me. I said, screw you. If you don't want me, I don't want you. I didn't really want to go there anyways, but it would have been I needed a good backup just to be safe. And, look what happened. I moved down here, haven't left. I fell in love. It's the best.
What's so funny is that I went to Holy Cross in South Bend with a design on getting my S together and, finishing and putting foolish, things aside. And then my design was to go full Rudy. Now, I was not planning on walking on the football team.
But you were going to do the transfer to Notre Dame.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
And then I got there. And, school was never my favorite. It wasn't. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then I started meeting kids from Notre Dame that looked like they wanted to die with the amount of work that they had. And I go, I just looked at it immediately. I go, not worth it. I need to find somewhere else, and found, Loyola in Chicago, and it was great. And, things happen for a reason, certainly. But yeah, dude, there's no way. It took me about 3 weeks to realize, oh, what a pipe dream. Like, there's no chance I want to go over there and put in the work over there. I'm not smart enough, dude. And it's okay to know your limitations. And I think the admissions were a little tougher now than they were back when Rudy was there.
True. I mean, even anywhere, even San Diego State. I mean, the admissions are tougher.
Yeah.
Just about everywhere
100%,
nowadays. Yeah,
100%.
For sure.
All right. Well, we had a direction we were going to go in this break.
I'm very upset we didn't.
We didn't do it.
We'll tease it for later.
I mean, we're pretty jammed later.
We're slammed all day.
Restart, 8 o'clock.
Yeah. We were going to talk about. It's a different time, though. There might be little kids.
We really screwed up.
Well, I mean,
can we just go long here?
Sure.
I mean, the option. Here are your options.
All right,
you, the listener.
Options. All right.
We have to set the menu, and we'll do that at some point. We can do our Padres wrap up, or we had a good spirited conversation for at least 10 to 15 minutes before the show this morning. We said we should be doing this on the air.
Yeah, there's a new show on Netflix that we want to talk about, but it's multi-layered. Lots of layers.
Feet.
I don't want to talk about the Padres. I don't. I don't want about
feet.
I don't want to talk about them really at all. I mean, if you want to
agree with you.
If you want to know where my head is at,
I don't have any new answers.
Here's my head.
I didn't have any answers yesterday.
I really thought
there's my head right there. That's where my head is at.
I really thought they were going to lose 3-2 again.
That would have been incredible, actually.
And I was going to call in sick today.
Kind of needed it for the bit, but they're just.
I mean, Manny kind of said it all, right?
Yeah.
We're playing like dog S.
But they've been saying, you've been saying that for how many games in a row? 8? They've lost 8 in a row?
9 of 10.
9 of 10. 9 of 10. You've been saying that a lot. And at this point, talk is cheap. And I kind of feel the same way. I have no.
Well, you haven't put it specifically like that in 10 games.
I haven't. I don't know why Freddie Fermin is the way he is. I don't know why Manny Machado is the way he is right now. I have no answers for you. None. There's not, really anything to be positive about. The Philadelphia Phillies absolutely own us ever since that video came out. I know you don't subscribe to things like that. You don't subscribe to curses and things of that nature.
I don't. But
it's getting easier to believe that
but
since
if you do,
that video came out,
isn't there a way to end them?
What's in.
Isn't there a statute of limitations?
Yeah, those guys don't want to know what it would take to end that curse. They don't want to know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Since that video came out, the Philadelphia Phillies are 23-7.
Wasn't losing that series punishment enough for that curse? Do we have to continue to be dominated by the Phillies every single season, every time we play them?
You got swept in the season series, right? And
it's weird because
7-24 since that video.
Was it earlier this week? I think when we had John Marks on, our buddy in Philly, and we had the epiphany. We're like, God, these teams are so similar. Look at all of these similarities between these two teams.
Except they win the close games, we don't.
They went 6-0 against us.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're that similar at all, actually.
I mean, record-wise, they're almost identical at this point. But head-to-head, they never match up. And I would tend to think, here's the actual explanation. Neither team has changed much personnel-wise. Their pitchers own our hitters. We don't do well against Zach Wheeler. Nope. We don't do well against Aaron Nola.
Sanchez.
We don't do well against Christopher Sanchez. They're all good, but other teams do better. Their hitters tend to own our pitchers, even our relief pitchers, even our good ones.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper owns, they own our pitchers. So it's just always a bad matchup for the San Diego Padres.
Philly going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in. Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what's in. Give Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in.
You remember the scene in Casino where they take those guys out to the cornfield?
We deserve to hear that again, by the way.
We actually deserve
that was our punishment.
You have to. That
was our punishment.
By the way, it makes
for getting swept.
It makes my
in
skin,
a season series.
I hate it
makes
so
my
much.
Skin crawl. It makes my skin crawl. Is it? If we play it over and over and over, will it go away? When do we play the Phillies again? We probably don't, right?
Never,
never again. So it may be.
Maybe in the playoffs.
If we beat them in the playoffs. I'm not even watching. I just be like, you know what? I'm going to take the playoffs off. It is just brutal. They own us. So yes, we'll save our talk for later in the show. Unfortunately, you guys really missed a good one. But it's on us.
All right, we will take our first time out. We will come back. We will set the menu. We do have a busy Friday show for you, including a conversation with the manager, Craig Stammen.
I'm going to try to get him worked up.
Going through it for the first time, really. I mean, his team is scuffling.
Yeah.
He is very even-keeled. He's very reasonable. We'll see how he's feeling after this first bad stretch of his managerial tenure. Craig Stammen will join us coming up later in the program. We'll tell you when and all the other where-to-fors about the show coming up next.
Chris says, just play that on a loop until in the clubhouse until the team wins. Fine by me.
Oh my God.
Philly going down.
I'm kidding.
Please stop.
Thank you, Paulie.
It's Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House
That's
Studios.
what's in.
We know how.
Imagine platforming those guys.
On San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, no athlete gets to the highest level alone. There's always a coach, always a strategy. Tell him to run out to first base and back. Retirement shouldn't be any different. Trying to navigate market swings, inflation, and healthcare costs on your own. Yeah, that can be overwhelming, especially with everything changing so fast. That's where Trajan Wealth comes in, TRAJAN Wealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors take the time to understand your goals, your risk tolerance, and your timeline. They're independent, so they're not locked into one product or one approach. Everything's customized. Trajan Wealth is local offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people here in San Diego who want confidence and not constant worry. So if you've got an old 401k like I did, or investments you haven't looked at in a while, this is the time. Maybe you just need a little nudge. Here it is. Call 855-TRAJAN1. That's 855-TRAJAN1. Or just take a few minutes online at trajanwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at trajanwealth.com.
He did. Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Gonna get some good
I didn't
vibrations on
pick
that
the
boat
song.
tomorrow. I know.
I did not pick the song. It just automatically
Good.
good vibrations.
It
Because the
is Friday.
vibrations are not great.
You know what? You can't take Friday away from us. It's Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I am not going to polish anything, but I do have
You just said but.
But I do have one factoid that will at least maybe give you some hope going forward. And I'll get to that in just a couple of minutes when we do our Padres crap up. 5th straight loss, 6-4, the final yesterday against the Philadelphia Phillies. A weird game in many ways, but hey, they've all been weird in their own ways. When we get back from that, though, we got a lot to get to, including in our 7 o'clock hour and MLB Reach Around. We got our friend Darren Smith going to join us right after Don't Do This. We got the World Cup right around the corner. Darren's going to definitely keep his, ear to the ground on that one for us.
Nose to the grindstone.
Finger on the pulse of the World Cup for us.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to Darren Smith coming up at 7:35. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll have our last game of the week. Take on Woods, our wild card category today to qualify for our grand prize staycation. Then at 8:35, that's when Craig Stammen will join us for our management report brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Padres will return home tonight to host the New York Mets and try to start turning things around after this dismal stretch of baseball over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, you made the point yesterday via text. 3 weeks on this radio program. 3 weeks.
Because there's no way we have another show until Monday where we can talk about a win. If they win on Sunday, we can do a winning wrap up on Monday. But until then, that'll make it 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Good God.
Since we've had a chance to talk about a victory on this show.
Not a winning streak. A win. One singular win.
Not a series win.
No, one
win.
singular win. That's unprecedented, is it not?
I don't know. I feel like there was a couple of years ago, felt like 2 months where they only won on Fridays and Saturdays.
That's true. But we would come in and go, hey, we won the series yesterday.
Yeah.
And we did that two Mondays ago when they beat the A's 2 out of 3, but they lost on Sunday. So we did have a crap up, but we had a winning series to talk about, at least on a Monday. But that's the closest we've had to some positivity in the last 3 weeks.
Well, and the difference, you guys, we told you about there is a new radio station up in LA, a new Odyssey station, 97.1 The Fan, correct? And they've got, some guys on there, and sent this over to the fellas last night. And I said, isn't this interesting? We have the same job, but the content is clearly different if you're a Padres fan or you're covering the Dodgers. Here's what these guys were arguing about on the air. Was it a good move or a bad move pulling Shohei Ohtani last night during a shutout? Retweet if your team Doug, like if your team Bill. Doug said, good move, save him. Team Bill was let Ohtani cook. And I laughed, but then I was also filled with rage because we have to come in here and they're like,
were they mad? Were they mad? Did they think the Dodgers blew the lead and lost the game? They won 7-0.
7-0.
Well, they're arguing about a 7-0 win.
And I thought to myself, how lucky are they? They're sitting there with their big, giant, gaudy World Series rings, and they're going, I don't know. It's a little cool in the Dodgers clubhouse. It could be a little bit warmer. The coffee's a little cold. They're out of ideas to talk about, which is kind of like us, but different, right? It's hard coming up with a fresh perspective on a really poor offense, now a leaky bullpen, and a cobbled together starting rotation. That's our life. Their life is this steak is too good. It's too buttery. The lobster's too fresh. That's their life. And they're still texting each other the night before going, all right, they won again, 7-0. Shohei his ERA is 0.74. What can we argue about? All right, did they pull? All right, that's a good one. We can do that.
Everything is going exactly according to plan, as it has the last couple of years.
These supermodels that I was with last night, they didn't leave till 9 a.m. this morning. What are we doing here? So it's the same job. It's just different. It's different. They're arguing about, no, you got to leave him in. No, we're trying to, you got to save him for the bigger picture. Well, we want him to win a Cy Young.
I still don't know. What's the argument for leaving him in that
Cy Young? They all want him to win a Cy Young now.
They need him to put up more
Correct.
gaudy stats
More gaudy
to win a
stats,
Cy Young award. Now I get it. I see.
I just
robbing
wanted
the fans of a couple of more innings of Shohei on the mound.
I just wanted to die when I heard it. I was like, and it's, again, nothing against those dudes. Literally nothing. That's their plate that's their bowl of soup that they've been given. Delicious, overflowing potatoes. They got little oyster crackers next to it.
Delicious.
Hearty. Oh, it's perfect. Ours is thin chicken broth, unsalted. And they say, here, there's your soup. Get after it. No crackers, no spoon. Ben and I, we're holding it up to our mouths. And it's just different. It's just different.
Yeah, definitely different.
Oh, it's killed me.
9 o'clock hour will feature our Rindle Report, and we will have Eno Saris joining us after he missed us yesterday. We found out after the show, which makes perfect sense. Eno had graduation to go to yesterday.
Elementary school, something.
He just didn't remember. He didn't remember to tell us. He didn't remember when Paulie said, "Are you good to go this morning?" He said yes, and then he said, "I totally forgot. I'm not good to go this morning. I'm going to graduation."
This is the greatest.
It's funny. I've done this really as long as we've been a show for as long as I have been the producer of the show. I will always text our weekly guests. Jesse Agler, who has never missed a Tuesday. I still text him on Mondays. Hey, you still good for tomorrow, 8:35? I texted Eno, as I've done every Wednesday for the last however many years that it's been. I think it's overkill at this point. I probably can just assume he's ready. I still like to check. I texted him. He goes,
not overkill.
All good.
Not, dude,
I think so. I mean, it's not that. I feel like it's not overkill. I just feel like maybe I'm being annoying sometimes.
No,
like,
you cover your ass.
That's Craig Elston. Like, I'll be there at 7:30 on Monday. I'm there every week.
People need reminders, dude.
And I reach out and he goes, yeah, all good. And then we tried called him twice.
We had to vamp.
Shot him a text message. I said, hey, I'm getting voicemail. Like, we're good whenever. Just shoot me a call. He texts me back. He goes, oh my God. This was at 9:03, by the way. So we were off the air. Oh my God, why didn't I tell you? I had elementary school graduation this morning.
No problem.
I'm an indoor.
I'm an indoor. Oh, no.
So Paulie read that text out loud, and I go, an indoor. All right, Eno he's cerebral. He's
he's
nerdy. No, he said, I'm an indoor. And I thought, oh, that's like a character from Star Wars or something.
I'm an indoor.
I'm an indoor.
Like Andor?
I don't know.
No.
That's what I thought.
Indoor.
Immediately.
I had elementary school graduation this morning. I'm an indoor.
I'm an indoor. And
then he sends another text, indigo.
I'm an indigo.
I'm an indigo.
Okay. And then he sends a third text, idiots.
Indoor indigo idiot is what he was trying to get to.
I'm an indigo.
Graduation this morning. I'm an indoor. Indigo. Idiots. Are you guys done? How about tomorrow? I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, we'll have the indoor indigo idiot.
The indoor indigo idiot
joining us. We may need a new open for that.
I've done that before.
9:35 to wrap up our week. But until then, we'll have a modicum of Padres talk at some point. There were a couple interesting, maddening moments in the game yesterday that we will discuss.
Yeah, that's something that you can always discuss, is the absolutely maddening moments that you watch and you go, why?
I mean, Manny literally had one of the wildest games I think I've ever seen for a baseball player.
Listen, I saw the conspiracy theories. I can't say I don't agree with them at this point. Did you see what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The first AB was protest. And I go, all right, prove me wrong.
Yeah,
prove
I can't
them
argue
wrong.
that one.
I looked at it and I went, oh, you're mad.
You're mad. The bat did not move off his shoulder.
You're mad that they cut Nick Castellanos.
I think so.
And I go, oh, okay, I get it.
I had a friend
as a petty guy myself. I don't know that I would have done that because I have a lot of pride to win and do better. But I go, it's like a computer. It wasn't plugged in. It was like you just.
It's like if Adam DFA'd Ben, would you just not speak for foreplay the next day and then resume
and then do
carry on as a professional?
I just
It
don't know.
was bizarre.
I had a
Let's
friend
just say
text me and he
that.
goes, when Manny hit that home run, he goes, I'm kind of mad Manny just hit that home run because I feel like it lets him off the hook.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 100%.
We will get to the weirdness that was yesterday coming up right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 5 northbound sluggish between the 15 and the 75, the 94 westbound slow getting onto the 805 northbound. I'm Sam Tidrick, Odyssey San Diego traffic.
Traffic brought to you by the Department of Public Works, County of San Diego, and funded by Cal Recycle.
Bring in a used oil filter and get one free. From County of San Diego Recycling at O'Reilly Auto Parts stores in Ramona, Fallbrook, Lakeside, and Spring Valley on June 6th from 10 to 1. Restrictions apply. Details at wastefreesd.org. Funded by Cal Recycle.
It's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame, it's a shame if they lose.
Good God.
You got problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap up.
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
1-2, Giolito delivers. Stott hits it on the ground. That's through the left side of base hit. Sheets is charging it. Harper around third. He's going to come in to score. Little punch job through the left side for Bryson Stott, and that'll give the Phillies the first run of the day. It's 1-0. 2-2, hammered. Deep to left field. Gavin Sheets goes back. He'll turn around, and this one going to go. Long home run to left field for Adolis Garcia. His 5th as a Philly, and they have doubled their lead. It's 2-0. First turner back standing up and gets away from France. That'll cost him a run as Crawford comes in to score. 2, the pitch. Machado swings, hits it in the air, deep to left field. Marsh is going back at the wall, looking up. It's going to go! Manny Machado, a long 2-run homer. He got another fastball from Wheeler, and he did not miss. Number 11 for Machado, and a 1-run game here in the 7th. One comes set. Here's the pitch to Turner, swung on, lined into right field, and down for a base hit. Crawford scores easily. Johnson gets to it quickly. That'll hold Turner to a single, but it's an RBI single, and the Philly lead is 4-2. First pitch on the way. Marsh swings. It's a chopper to first base. France has it coming home. It's a tag play. No, he's safe. Turner slid head first and apparently got to the dish before Fermin was able to get a tag down. Very close. And the Padres will wait and see if they want to challenge, but for the moment, it is now 5-2 Philly. 3-2, and Bohm lines it sharply up the middle into center field, a base hit. Harper rounding third, he'll score easily. Marsh rounded second, slammed on the brakes, went back. It's an RBI single for Bohm, and the Philly lead is now 6-2. 3-2 to Merrill. France big lead at first, they're playing behind him, not running. Jackson swings, hits it in the air to right field and deep. This one is way back and gone for Jackson Merrill. Off the facing of the second deck, and Jackson Merrill's 2-run homer here in the 9th inning has tightened things up at 6-4. There is still nobody away. Bowen swings and misses strike 3. The ball game is over. The Phillies have swept the season series from the Padres, who have now lost 5 in a row and 9 out of their last 10. A 1-5 road trip through Washington and Philadelphia as the Phils hold on to win this afternoon by a final of 6-4.
Yeah, probably a little bit. Everybody trying to press a little bit, trying to be perfect with how we're doing things because we know, it's a tough game against a tough opponent with a good pitcher and, runs are at a premium. So, it's a few things that we just need to shore up a little bit, especially with our pitchers handling the running game and, being able to come in any situation and really not want the leadoff guy.
How do you assess kind of what this road trip was?
Not our best baseball, but it's not who we are as a team. I think, we're working every day in a good way, just as what we were when we were winning. We're working the same way. And I think we're just not seeing the results that we're looking for out on the field. A little bit of frustration, a little bit of us pressing, but that's the nature of a long season. And it is a long season, and we got a lot of baseball left to play. And I know those guys are looking forward to it, and they're going to fight till the end.
When you get into a stretch like this one where, maybe you are pressing a little bit, maybe your guys are trying to do too much or not doing what they're usually capable of, how do you get out of it as quickly? What does it take to kind of end that?
Yeah, part of it's just a little bit of favor out on the field, something going your way, and everything seems right now like everything's going the opposite. So a few things we got to get a few breaks our way that'll go, and then I think it's just also a mindset is continue to talk about what we've talked about since spring training. That adversity is going to be a good thing for us, and that's going to make us stronger in the long run. And I know that these guys, we believe it, that we're going to build it brick by brick. It's going to be day by day, putting in the work, and eventually all the work that we did is going to culminate into something very special at the end. And that's what we believe. It's what we have faith in, and we're going to keep believing in that.
Another game where we can pretty much say the same thing. Starting pitching, pretty decent. I thought Lucas Giolito was really good the first 3+ innings, but it feels like the Padres start every game trailing 0-0. Which doesn't make any sense.
That's so true.
But I love how you just phrased that.
If you're a Padres starting pitcher right now, you feel like you go to the mound down 0-0 to start the game.
Yeah.
And now you're pitching like, I can't do anything wrong or we're going to lose. Because it does feel like once you give up that first run, a lot of hope is lost. So you're walking a tight wire from the first pitch of the game. Like, oh, I can't give up a walk-off home run here to the leadoff batter of the game, which is a tough spot to be in. And, of course, gave up a pretty cheap little run there in the fourth on, was it Bryson Stott hit a 62-mile-an-hour dribbler past Manny Machado for the first run of the game. And then, Giolito only got to face 2 batters in the fifth. Home run double, and that was it for his game. And, yeah, Adolis Garcia just nuked that one, hanging curveball. It happens. One bad pitch, basically, by Giolito, but he was decent in the game. It wasn't his fault that the Padres did not win. It was once again the offense putting him in a bad spot by not scoring in the first 6 innings of the game or really doing anything at all.
No hits.
Zach Wheeler.
No hits.
When's the last time it was the starting pitcher's fault?
Bro, 100%. Right? When is the last game where you're like, it was Giolito's start, I think. Last start where you're like, all right, man, Giolito did not give him a chance to win, but the starting staff, I will say this, the bullpen is leaky. It's a little bit leaky now. The world's greatest bullpen, trademark.
That happens when you have to just pitch your ass off every single game.
There's no margin of error.
And keep in mind, the bullpen guys who are usually used to going in to protect a lead are now coming in games where they're down or tied. Like Jason Adam had not gone into a game where they were down or tied. Almost none for like a year. And now it's like 5 out of the last 6. That's a different situation. Padres relievers, part of that is you got the other team now pressing. Oh, we're down 3-2. We've got to score a run against Adrian Morejon or Jason Adam. Now they're relaxed. Like, hey, we're up 1 still. Let's go out and add on, just have some free at-bats. It's a lot easier to face those guys when you already have a lead. You don't need to squeeze the bat into sawdust. So the Padres are in these bad situations. But
leadoff walks will kill you. Throwing a pickoff.
Estrada
away.
and Morejon have both done that
in
recent games.
But again, I think the blame falls squarely on the backs of the offense right now. I mean, it's hard to look at anything else, man. If you're in a bullpen, you're a unit. You're allowed to make a mistake. You're allowed to give up a home run. You're allowed to give up 2 home runs, right? Bullpens are tough, and knowing that you have to be perfect, because even if I hold them to 1 here, do I have any confidence that my guys are going to come out and score 3?
Right.
None. Right. 0 right now. We are back in those days. The Xander Bogaerts comment from 2024 of we get down 1-0, it looks over. I think we all feel it. You just said you take them out, you're down 0-0. That's how, if we're feeling that, how do you think those guys are feeling? They're feeling the exact same thing. And Craig talked about how offense creates energy, and he's absolutely right. A game with no hit, you don't get a hit until the 6th or whatever. Not a lot of energy there. But if you come out firing, even if you're not scoring, we're hitting, we're moving guys. There's something to be said for that. It inspires everyone. Offense is inspiring, and ours is not.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a huge strikeout, a phenomenal inning defensively. Maybe you turned a great double play to end the inning, and you're amped up and you're psyched as you're coming off the field. But when you don't have a hit and it's the bottom of the 5th or the 6th inning or whatever, and you're just like, it's kind of hard to keep that momentum and the positive feeling going. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Padres are last in average, last in OPS, near the bottom of the barrel in OBP. If you don't have runners on base, you can't really create any energy. You just can't. I mean, there's just no avenue to do so without the first step is you have to get on base, hit the ball a little bit, and they just aren't doing that. We'll talk about Manny's just wild game when we come back, and I will give you the one note that could at least give you a little hope going forward. Coming up next with Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan. It's not. It really is. So, got home after our short show yesterday and saw the first two Manny Machado at-bats. 6 pitches, all fastballs from Zach Wheeler. 5 of them taken for strikes and 2 strikeouts. And, I mean, it was almost shocking just to see at-bats from any Major League Baseball player, much less Manny Machado, look completely as lost as those at-bats. I mean, none of those pitches were all fastballs. They were all well onto the plate, just could not pull the trigger on a swing. And then I was in my car when he came up for the 3rd time in the 7th inning, down 3-0. And Jesse's calling it, and fastball, strike 1, fastball, swinging, strike 2. Oh, he swung the bat, and I'm going, this is going to be the most interesting pitch of the season, isn't it? Is Zach Wheeler going to try to strike Manny Machado out on 9 fastballs? Or, in my mind, I'm playing the chess match along with him. Is this where you
spin one,
yeah, like throw one off the plate? What do you do if you're Zach Wheeler? Are you thinking Manny Machado thinks I'm now going to spin one, so I'm going to surprise him with a fastball? Is it simply ego at that point? Like Zach Wheeler can't resist the possibility of trying to slip one more fastball past Manny Machado and humiliate him.
Don't overthink it, right? Like you tell your kids that. Don't overthink it. Are they throw the heater, man? Throw the heater. If they get it, you tip your cap.
I'm thinking slider low and away or fastball high and in.
That's right.
And so I'm listening, and I stop. I get to my destination, but I'm not getting out of the car. I need to know what is going to happen.
It was
on
high
this
drama.
pitch. And part of me thought it would be the funniest and kind of most Manny thing ever to hit a home run on this pitch.
Yeah.
And boom, there it goes. And I'm going, unbelievable. That has got to be the most unbelievable 9-pitch sequence from one player to another player.
Machado swings, hits it in the air, deep to left field. Marsh is going back at the wall, looking up. It's going to go.
Unbelievable. Tried to get that 9th fastball past him and could not.
I mean, 9th time's a charm. So, it was awful.
And in that moment, you're like, okay, now the Padres are down 3-2.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, are they going to lose another 3-2 game, just like the first 2 games of the series? Didn't turn out that way. I mean, do we think that if Adrian Morejon does not give up any runs and it's 3-2 going to the 9th, does Jackson Merrill still hit that home run to make it 4-3? We'll never know the answer to that question, of course.
All I know is that flight home had to suck.
Yeah.
After that, yesterday.
Long one across the country. You got a game the next day. There's not even an off day. It feels, as Manny said after the game, and it's probably the right time for him to say it. He had both a bad game and a big swing.
Yep.
But he said, this has got to be rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. And, I think the most notable quote of the season so far, we are playing like dog-s after the game in the Padres clubhouse. Honesty, something that I think you do need to hear from one of the team leaders at this point. Can't sugarcoat it anymore. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it or polish it for you, but I will remind everybody that things do turn around, even when things look bleak in Major League Baseball. And I'll give you a very, very recent example. Not saying that this is going to happen for the San Diego Padres.
If you bring up the Chicago Cubs again, I swear.
I'm going to bring up the Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners, if you'll remember, got swept in their season series by the San Diego Padres.
Yep.
This was about 2.5 weeks ago. And they were down to 22-26, could not hit, were doing nothing at all. And this day that they finished that season series, after the Padres left Seattle, they've gone 9-4 since and have skyrocketed into first place and are playing their best baseball of the year. It doesn't take much in the big leagues to turn things around. Seattle was as low or as lower than the Padres were at that moment, 13 games ago. And right now they're one of the hottest teams in baseball. They can't do anything wrong. Looks like they're going to cruise like we thought to an American League West title. It doesn't take much, but it takes something to turn teams around.
Yeah,
Padres are looking for that something to get it turned around.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. What did you suggest at the break? How about a pool party?
A pool party.
The way he said it was so good. He wasn't serious, but it was so funny.
We heard Craig Stammen after the crap up talking about, there's not much you can do other than wait for something to go right and give your team some encouragement.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't create it out of thin air.
I think
guys are pressing. How do you stop guys from pressing? He doesn't really have an answer for that.
Listen, I saw just now 5 minutes ago, Stammen needs to be more fiery. You need to, people want the table flip, the eye wash. Somebody said yesterday, I want to see them beat up a Gatorade cooler. Okay. All right. Like, if it happened, am I going to be mad about it? No, I'm not going to be mad about it. But do I think that him walking in to the locker room and throwing a chair down is going to make Manny go, oh God, I really better start hitting?
I don't know. I
just
don't
don't think so.
If we had a bunch of bad shows in a row, and I know it, I'm not going to be sticking my head in the sand and saying, no, I thought that was a good show. No,
yeah.
If we talk about our shows afterwards, and they're not all great. If we've had like a really bad week, and then we go after the show to our production room, and Adam just comes in just screaming at us, that is not going to help me. That's going to make it even worse. Then I'm going to come Monday morning, and I'm really going to be spun out and be in my head. If I know my boss is now, I am going to be worse than I possibly could have. What I need is a pat on the back and like I need what Craig Stammen does. Like, hey, I know you guys are good. It's going to turn around. Don't worry about it. You guys are great baseball players. You guys are great radio hosts. That's what I'm going to need. If someone yells at me at that point, it's only going to make things worse. So that's how I at least approach, like, when my baseball team's in a bad skid. The last thing I think a manager should do is scream at his team and try to fire them up. If he truly believes that they're professionals who want to do well, if he thinks that they don't care and they're just there and they're just have no interest in winning, yeah, you need to do something like that.
Well, listen, if you're a manager of a young team, I promise you, Dave Roberts doesn't go in and scream at Mookie Betts right now. I promise you. He's not screaming at Mookie Betts for hitting 200. He's not. He's not saying a word to Mookie Betts, or he's saying, go get him, Mook. We'll trust you. You've done it. You got a couple rings. Like, you've been a superstar. Don't sweat
maybe
it.
Like, hey, anything we can do to help, or anything you want to mix up, we're happy to do whatever you need.
Yeah. I think, if it's a young team, right? If it's a really young team, my favorite video on the internet, though, is Wally Backman yelling at his team of young kids, laying it out. Like, Wally Backman in a World Series ring, managing the minor leagues or the independent ball. And when he goes in and lights those guys up, now, I don't know if they won that game that night. I sure did enjoy the video, though. That's not something we'd ever be privy to, even if it happened. So I love the video. I think it's brilliant. I think it's effective with young kids. I don't know that it works with 10-year veterans.
Oh, yeah,
I just don't.
With young kids and veterans. Michael says, hey, Softy Ben, sports is different than office work, my man. I don't think it really is that different. Certainly the skill sets are completely different.
The pressure's way more on them. The money, the 40,000 people watching you.
Which to me even strengthens my argument that when you already have
the pressure.
So much pressure, so much attention. You've got media, you've got fans, you've got television cameras on you every second of the day. And if none of that is motivating you to try to be your best and put in work, one guy yelling at you, who, by the way, makes a tenth of what you're making,
right.
One guy saying something is not going to make a difference. I don't believe that Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, Fernando Tatis Jr.'s problem is that they don't care enough.
Or that they're not being yelled at.
Do you realize how much they had to care and work to get to where they are now and to put up the numbers that they have to this point in their careers? That doesn't just turn off all of a sudden. Like, oh, no, now we're good. We're going to cruise. Manny at age 33 has decided, you know what? Now it's time to turn it off. I don't think that's what's happening here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just truly don't think that it's a lack of motivation, want to, or not trying hard enough.
I don't know, man. It's just at this point, right, though, you can't keep going to the same guys after the game. So it's the same answers. We got to hit. We're playing like dog ass. We got to hit. And
I think there's arguments about changing some processes
until it happens, until it happens, it's just talk at this point, but you're just in it. You're in it. You're in a bad slump, and your confidence is shot. There's been a million stories in baseball over the years of what teams did to get out of it. Hopefully they can employ something. What's funny? You joke about a pool party. It's not the worst idea you've ever had. It's literally not. Like, you got to figure this out, man. We got to figure this out.
Ben Journo says coaches keep you in line to motivate you. Sure, coaches there to motivate you, but
they don't. Not at that level, man.
Is the team out of line?
They don't.
Is the team out of line?
They don't.
Like,
they're just slumping.
They're just slumping at the plate,
right? Like Ben Journo, it sounds so good in theory, and I think I believed it many, many years ago before I got in this business. I really think I believed that. Oh, he's a stern dictator, and all these guys are scared of him. And maybe there have been those in baseball history, but today in 2026. A manager is not there to be a motivator. He's just not, right? He's there to lead by example. He's there to be present for them. He's there to be an ear, all of that, right? So it sounds good. It's easy to say. I just don't see it at that level at this time, of a guy, real fiery speeches in June. It's June. It's early June.
Yeah, and Raul says, is it a slump when it's been all season? No, it's not. We're getting to the point where maybe it's going to be a bad offensive season.
Yeah,
probably
it's just a bad offensive season. Another one.
Good players do have bad offensive seasons as well, or at least comparatively so.
We were talking about it after the show one of the days this week, and Adam was saying, like, Tony talks about it all the time. Like, hey, when you sign guys to these statute contracts, these 10+ year contracts, you get the whole career. You get the whole contract. We love to think that everyone that you sign is going to be a perennial all-star MVP candidate every single year of their career. That's just not the case. They all have a bad season or two. And I think, unfortunately, the way the season's at least looking offensively, it looks like the stars have aligned where maybe most, if not everybody in the lineup, the everyday lineup, is just having the worst offensive year of their career, and it all happens to be in the same season.
It's a bad coincidence. But you guys, with your baseball cards, when you look at the back of a great player, a Hall of Famer, and you've got the star for all-star seasons, it's not 14 in a row.
Rare. It's very rare.
That's very, very rare. Usually, there's a couple of ones that are not all-star years in there that just were kind of down seasons for guys. Now, the Padres are taking it to an extreme right now.
Well, like 6 guys are taking it to an extreme level.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the stars aligned, and they're like all chose this year to have like the worst year of their careers to this point.
Sure. Yeah, and again, like Steve just says, it happens to be when Souza comes in. Okay, if you fire Steven Souza today, again, I have no connection to Steven Souza Jr., none whatsoever. If you fire him today, will it help your team? I don't know. Will it hurt your team? I don't know.
It might happen at some point here, just to change.
I mean, I think you're getting to
change the processes.
It's almost like a change.
It might happen.
I haven't changed. I don't think it's the reason. I don't think it's going to be even a solution necessarily. But I can't really argue against it at this point.
We need some good karma. So, you know what? Something that we know is absolutely good, because we've talked to him about it before, is our friend John Flint from KSON, who is popping in. They're wrapping up, once again, something they do every single year. Need your help, Tier 1s. And in the past, you have come through for Johnny. So, John, tell everybody what you guys are doing right now at KSON.
Hey, look, it's John coming to ask you for something again.
Hi, buddy.
Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Anything to not talk about the Padres.
Oh, yeah, God, right. Sure. I was just thinking out in the hallway how hard your job must be this week. And thank God for Pause for Purple Hearts and for our service pet for a vet, because I don't have to talk about how crappy our team is right now. Guys, thank you again. And I know right now your Tier 1s listening, there are many who have served our country. There are many right now that might depend on a service dog to get through their life. And that is what we are doing this week. Anybody want to take a guess how much it costs to train?
I remember it was some incredible number that blew my mind.
Yeah. $35,000 to train one service animal. Pause for Purple Hearts. Please look them up whenever you can. pauseforpurplehearts.org. An amazing organization. We've got a chapter here in San Diego that just dedicates their lives to helping our heroes who they've been trained, man, right? This is what they signed up for, but this is not what they signed up for.
Yeah.
And they're too proud to say, hey, man, I need help. Okay. I mean, this is somehow PTSD and the mental struggles that happen as a result of combat and a result of military. It's even more difficult, I would say, than someone who has cancer or someone who has a catastrophic disease, because at least, and I'm not at all diminishing what that's all about, but you can see what that's all about. You don't know when someone's struggling inside, and a lot of these heroes are like, well, somebody else needs the help. I don't need the help, and yet they can't go outside. They can't go into a dark room because they're afraid someone's crouching in there waiting for them. Lord knows what's going on when they close their eyes, if they can close their eyes and go to sleep. And that's where these service animals comes in, and that's why it's so important to get them for these heroes, and it's so expensive to train them. It takes over 2.5 years to train one dog to match with one specific vet. So that's what we're doing. We got till 9 o'clock this morning, and guys, I am begging, desperate at this point. I don't know, pride, throw it away, man. We need 35 grand, and we're only over 20 right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, your tier ones are awesome. And by the way, I get more recognition from you guys than I do from my own listeners. That scares the hell out of me. We'll talk about that later.
Hey,
but
it's that guy who pops in occasionally on the Ben and Woods show.
Hey, it's Take on John.
They keep asking for another rematch, but again, a bit different topic for a different day. If you guys will let me back, this is the most important. And here's the best part: KSON.com. Right there on the front page, it's John and Tammy's service pet for a vet. And you know how when you click on things once in a while, prove you're not a robot. Give us a blood sample. We need 3 alive references before. None of that crap. It's literally going to take you 1 minute to do it. I know that because I just did it myself. Whether it's $5 or there's some fat cat in his private jet right now that wants to throw the whole 35 large down, that's cool too. We'll take it all. But it is payday for a lot of you, and we all know how tough it is right now. But I mean, come on. Not these guys signed up for this, yes, but they didn't, as we mentioned, didn't sign up for this, and this is how we can help.
So everybody out there, if you are not at your computer, if you're driving into work or something, you can go into our YouTube chat, go back in the stream, you'll see the link.
There's got to be
to donate for Pause for Purple Hearts, or as John said, when you get to your computer, just go to KSON.com.
Thank you.
Or search Pause for Purple Hearts. But it's all different ways. Try to make it as easy as possible for anyone who wants to help, and it's a great cause. And Johnny, we appreciate you guys doing this every single year for veterans here in town, because I can see how a pet can make a huge difference.
I mean, it makes a difference for all of us when we get home from a stressful day. Even just something as simple as a lick on the hand or a head resting on your lap. It means the world. And if it stops the 22 vets that pass away every day by their own hand because they just can't deal anymore, then that is completely worth it. If we can save one, it's worth it.
Yeah.
KS. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, you got tier one sharing the link in the chat as well.
I love you guys. You know, it wouldn't kill you to tell some people to listen to John and Tammy once in a while.
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
we're dying over there.
We're not going to come in here and promote.
I'm playing, guys. Thank you so much. Tier ones, we're one of you. You're one of us. Thank you. KSON.com. John and Tammy's service pet for a vet. Please, Pods, can you win a game? Thank you.
Yes, thanks, John. Have a good weekend. John Flynn from KSON. Pause for Purple Hearts. We are going to pause until Don't Do This. When we come back, is FIFA just evil? It's possible that they are like the most evil sports organization on earth. I'll let you know what their latest move is that has everybody up in arms. That's coming up next with Ben and Woods. We'll be back after a quick timeout on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, if you are looking for a way to lose weight, you've looked into the GLP-1s. A lot of people are doing them, but keep in mind, they're expensive. Could be $3,000 to $5,000 a year, and you got to keep taking them forever and ever. I know people who say they don't love the side effects or how they feel. They know they're losing some muscle, not just fat. If you're looking for a quick and effective weight loss program, take the step that I did and go to sdfatloss.com. You can lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. Do the math. You can see how much that is. For me, it was 40 pounds in 60 days, up to a pound of fat per day, all based on eating real foods, no exercise, no extra shakes or bars to buy, no prepackaged meals. You're just doing this yourself with great support and great help from your coaches. Their plan works. It worked for me. They'll tell you how to eat, kind of when to eat. And if you stick with it, you're going to lose the weight. And then when you get to the maintenance phase, they will help you keep the weight off. I have kept my weight off now for 3 years. It's fast. It's a one-time cost. And right now you can take advantage of their spring special. If you sign up at sdfatloss.com after your free consultation, take $200 off the program right now. What do you have to lose other than the weight? It's sdfatloss.com. Check them out today. sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We just had our do this. Do support the Pause for Purple Hearts with John Flynn. So let's get to the Don't Do This stories, brought to you by Dixieline Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and enjoy it. I mean, they're almost cartoonishly evil, FIFA, the World Cup, the organization internationally that runs the World Cup. What has everybody up in arms today, just on the eve of the World Cup here in North America, is that for years they have been promising that in the heat of the summer, in places like, Mexico City, Los Angeles, East Coast, it's going to be hot. It's June and July, 90 degrees, 100 degrees, a lot of sun in these stadiums, day games. You're going to be allowed to bring in refillable water bottles, so you don't have to pay, $5 to $8 for a bottle of water. They've promised this to everybody.
They've said it previously.
Publicly.
Don't worry
many
about the
times.
water. You're gonna get to bring your jugs in.
But now they have changed it just on the eve of the World Cup, saying they will no longer allow anyone to bring in refillable water containers. That you're going to have to buy your water or find a drinking fountain, I guess, if you're going to be, staying hydrated at World Cup games.
Or bring your singles that you were going to use for the nudie bar. You're going to have to come. It's going to cost you a fortune.
Yeah, they say, well, we won't jack up the price. It'll just be the normal cost of what waters are at those stadiums.
$14.
Like MetLife Stadium, whatever it is. Yeah, $11 or something for a Dasani. It's all sponsored by Coke. Every single beverage is Coca-Cola, so they will have tons of bottled water from Dasani.
So you could give away just as much Dasani as you needed to. It wouldn't cost you a thing.
Right. No.
I mean, just not a damn thing. That's pure unadulterated greed. Just
naked agree.
As bad as it gets.
Hey, if they may die if they don't buy the water, so they're going to buy the water from us.
That's it. That's exactly what they're thinking.
It's on brand for FIFA, isn't it? It's really on brand.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you guys have all seen the play last night. Dodgers, Diamondbacks. It's the 5th inning. Max Muncy hits one up the line. And what's his name, Ben? It is
Ildemaro Vargas.
Ildemaro Vargas, who's an inexperienced first baseman, to say the least. Well, this is what it sounded like when they collided at full steam.
That's fair. Vargas, the race is on. And look out.
Oh, my. Oh, man.
They're both down.
Oh, wow. Now, they hit right around the same time. Muncy kind of launched into him and was like, all right, this, which I'm really not even blame. The don't do this isn't for really Max Muncy. I mean, I like to have fun with it and say that he's a dirty player and should be banned from baseball. But at the end of the day,
I don't really know what else he can do.
He kind of jumped and was like pushing him away. Like, I don't want to run into you, but he didn't lower his head and truck him. But it was a really bad
nobody. He was bracing himself for what was a now unavoidable collision.
Nobody's guaranteed the bag. Like nobody has the right of way or whatever. They're both running full speed trying to get there.
So
and it looks like they were playing a game of chicken and they both went the same way.
You ever walk down the street and you run it and there's a person coming and you go, oh, and he goes right.
Bro,
I've done left, you go right.
I've done it with 40 feet in between us. I'll see them half a block away and we already start doing the stutter step.
There is a solution that's been implemented in Little League and many others, the second bag at first base. What do you feel about that?
If it saves collisions, I mean, look, neither of my players.
There's a bag down the line for the runner, and another one for the fielder.
People will lose their old school will lose their minds if they put that orange bag out there.
It really doesn't affect the game whatsoever, other than helping safety. Honestly,
we
for players.
didn't have it in Little League. We didn't have it.
You could,
we could, but we don't. It's not there yet. But yeah, you could extend it off to the right, and you just run through that bag, and I'll go to this bag.
Yeah. And there's plenty of room. Then, if that had been the case, Muncy would have been running way to the right.
Yeah.
Vargas would have been running on the left there, and they could have both lunged for their particular bags at the same time without meeting in the exact same place.
There's really no argument against it.
Then it's a literal foot race, like who can get to their bag first. But the don't do this goes to Diamondbacks pitcher Ryan Nelson for not covering.
Good point.
Because
then you're running alongside the guy who's running to first. There's a much less chance of a devastatingly bad collision.
Yeah, so he did take accountability for that.
Yeah, I definitely felt much better tonight, and as good as I felt, I failed to do my job in a big spot, which ended up with Vargy getting taken out of the game. So I'm pretty disappointed in myself for that. Try to take pride in doing the little things right and feeling my position and, covering first base and just, watching a teammate and a friend get taken out of the game like that. It was very disappointing. Knowing that I could have, done something to make that not happen. It doesn't feel good.
He's clearly emotional.
He's clearly emotional about
he's shaken
it.
up by that.
And by the way, Vargas is fine.
I think everybody's fine.
He said it feels like I got hit by a truck, but the test came back negative. It was a bad one for baseball collisions. It was a bad one.
Didn't come back to haunt the D-backs.
Nope.
They actually won the game in a walk-off home run by Ketel Marte and split the 4-game series with the Dodgers. So you can actually make mistakes and win games. I think the Padres have been pretty sharp defensively, especially covering first base. Had the Yuki throwaway was frustrating yesterday.
The Fermin throw down to second.
Fermin's throws have gone completely. I mean, something is wrong with Freddie Fermin, right?
Yeah.
He's 0 for his last 29 at the plate.
Yep.
His throws to second have all been sailing, not even close to the bag. His challenges have gone
haywire,
have cratered. He challenged one when he was at the plate. It was
really bad.
It was like right down the middle. I mean, it was late in the game, so you got to use them or lose them. But The guy just is completely lost right
just
now.
Flummoxed with what to do. It's got to be an awful, awful feeling. Like, oh, I get to go to the ballpark today. Let's see how I can embarrass myself today. He did hit that ball on the screws. I was listening. Jesse's like, for me. And then he's like, oh, right at him. Got it. I was like, oh, bummer. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
And that's Don't Do This for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
We'll get Darren's thoughts on it. Darren Smith will join us when we come back. Talk World Cup, Padres, and much more with one of our favorite guests next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He did here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. and this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Busy show. Got a bunch of guests, including the manager. Craig Stammen's going to join us 1 hour from now.
I'm gonna try to get him to curse at me.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's going to be tough. Craig doesn't really
I don't think he curses.
curse at all. Even when he got ejected finally. We can ask him about his first ejection. Happened on this road trip. But it's been going poorly for the Padres lately. And joining us right now to talk about that and more, our friend Darren Smith. Darren, just curious, is FIFA going to start charging for air to breathe in the stadiums at the World Cup this summer?
Don't give them any idea.
Yeah.
They might actually take you up on that and say, wait a second now, what have we been doing here? We have some of these matches in indoor venues.
Yes.
And clearly, if you're going to be in Houston and in Dallas and in Atlanta in the summertime or Los Angeles, somebody's got to provide that oxygen. So
The air
why not pay
conditioning
us extra
surcharge?
money?
Yeah, I'm sure they can find a way to charge for anything and everything.
What's your level of productivity during the World Cup, Darren?
Well, this World Cup's going to be odd because it's the first time that it's 48 and the start times are all over the place. I think there's like 12 different, I can't even keep count. I don't know how anybody's going to keep tabs on this tournament. I have to be honest, because normally it's like there's 3 windows where they play, especially early on when everybody's still involved, right? So it's like, depending on where in the world the tournament's being held, it's like, let's just say for argument's sake, 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. and then 3 p.m. You're like, oh, okay, let me scroll through, see how I can manage this. This is going to be all over the place. I mean, like, I don't know how anybody's going to actually keep tabs on this tournament. So I'm not expecting a ton of productivity, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just think that no matter what happens, you'll be able to flip on a television and there will be something happening at some place somewhere in North America. And who knows, with the heat and such, people will just be getting extorted for however much money for their water.
I get so angry every year during the Major League Baseball playoffs, right? Because that's my least productive time of the year. I'm a terrible father. I'm a terrible husband. I'm all of it. But what kills me is like you're watching the 7th inning and they're like starting over on it. And I'm like, I did not want to miss one single pitch. And I get it. Your extra innings happen and things like that. I hate all the staggered games of my favorite sport, and it drives me nuts. And I know that
and then MLB sprinkles in 2 different networks, right? You're like, hey, all right, who's going to get that MLB network game?
Yes,
9:45, and I know
usually
the Rays.
Yeah, and I know you can record and go back and all, but like I'm in it. I'm currently watching this game. It's 1-1 in the 7th, and you're like, ooh, but that game you really wanted to watch is also starting, and it just makes me nuts. In the World Cup, certainly no different. I was just looking at the schedule. It's
crazy, right?
Crazy.
If you have it in front of you, like these times, and they're not even necessarily, if I remember correctly, tops or bottoms of the hour. It's like this one's at 2:15, and then this other one's at 3:45.
It's
like,
nuts.
wait, what? Yeah, it's very bizarre.
It's pretty telling, though, Darren, isn't it, that the World Cup commercials that we've been seeing on Fox star Micah Ruzioni from the hockey, the Miracle on Ice hockey team, basically saying, yeah, watch the United States play, but it's going to take like one of the greatest sports miracles in history for something good to happen for this team. There's no reason for encouragement right now if you're a Team USA men's national team fan, it feels like.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, I think that's the message I'm getting as a casual soccer fan. Like, it's going to take something,
a miracle,
like an absolute miracle for this team to make any noise.
Yeah,
in this
no, I
tournament.
see your point. I mean, I will say some of the branding of the tournament is, I mean, you know, what's like a really clever and totally original bit is, is it football or is it soccer?
No,
I mean, I can't get enough of that. Hey, let's keep going with that. Maybe we can bring in some actual NFL players like Tom Brady and Jameis Winston to help with that conversation. It's super clever and really original. We've really come a long way since the last time we held this tournament, haven't we? Yes. But I mean, I guess you're just trying to figure out a way to make it relatable to the people that aren't normally inclined to watch it. Not that I want to sit here and disagree or defend the promotion of it. But yeah, I mean, hey, you never know what's going to happen, right? Maybe somebody can go on some insane run here, and maybe it could be the U.S. because they're the home team. They actually played pretty well. I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised with how they played against Senegal last weekend. So that provided me more optimism than I had a week ago when we were talking.
Well, talking to our pal Darren Smith here, as we do every Friday on Ben and Woods, and I love your background today. It looks like
is it a background or is it live? People are wondering that maybe you are actually you do travel. You never know with Darren. That's just a background.
That's San Antonio.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
That's the Alamo,
waters
right,
of the
right over there. I think that's the Alamo. Yeah.
You're just talking about optimism. You know, a Padres fan right now, it's hard to have optimism. You look at it and you go, well, there's literally nowhere to go but up. You can't get worse.
There's the optimism.
You can't get worse than 30th. Like in most offensive categories, you can't. It's literally impossible to get worse than 30th. And I don't know how you fix it. You know, I know you guys talked about Steven Souza Jr. Seems to be a really convenient scapegoat, fall guy at this point. Do you do it to shake up the team, send a message? Or does that, if you're like, oh, cool, we just got fired in June, could that actually be detrimental to the team? I have no idea. I'm glad I don't have to make these decisions.
Yeah, I'm with you. It can always get worse. I mean, I hate to drop that in, but in terms of what I know what you're saying.
You can't do worse than last.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the Castellanos decision was almost a little bit of a shakeup decision.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. I know you guys have Craig Stammen coming on in an hour, and maybe he can expand on the decision and the timing of that decision in Philadelphia. I think it's. I don't. It's a cruel world, man. I don't know if you saw this clip from WIP Radio.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, where they sort of speculated that because he wasn't in the lineup in game one of the series, he blew a gasket like he did when he was with the Phillies in Miami, and they just said, "Okay, get out."
And that was pure speculation, right? Like pure
100% speculation,
conspiracy,
but based on history.
Yeah,
I mean, it is based on the man's history. You know, I'd be surprised if he did it again. It just, I thought it was an interesting point. But I
went the other way. Someone asked me the question yesterday: how could they do him dirty like that? And I thought, well, the easy thing to do would have been do it before a series, bring up Samad Taylor, but they allowed him to go back to Philly, get a standing ovation, tip of the cap,
the video board,
give him a day on the video board. And instead of doing him dirty would have been doing it before the series and not even letting him go back to Philly. So I said, Padres actually did the classy thing by letting him have a game and go back to Philly as opposed to doing it when they probably wanted to do it, which was before the start of the series. I am also just guessing and speculating on.
I guess I was surprised he even got a tribute in Philly, to be honest. Yeah, for a few years. Like
big playoff home runs.
He was good in the postseason
he had some big moments for them.
Yeah, it's not like Bryce Harper coming back.
But I mean, he's had a couple of moments here. I mean, I know overall, I'm not disputing the decision. I think it's hard to defend, to really vehemently disagree with the decision. But I do feel back to the original point. I know the video. Imagine that if they had that video ready to roll and they're like, yeah, sorry, we
cut him.
Guy's not here anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that was, I think Manny sort of took that as a little bit of
Did.
again, I'm just reading these quotes, so it's hard to know what the tone is. But when Manny says what he says afterwards, and we know that Manny was a factor. We know he was a factor in Nick Castellanos coming to the Padres. I think that was a two-way street. Probably spoke on his behalf to the organization, and probably spoke to the player on behalf of the organization. So, you can understand any of us who've ever recommended somebody for a gig and it doesn't work. You feel like there's a personal level of responsibility.
Oh yeah.
Craig saying afterwards, Stammen saying afterwards, we just felt like we needed to change the dynamic here and play maybe a little bit more team baseball. Like, it's an interesting thing to say. So I'm curious to hear from the manager in a bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. How many more messages do you need? What's the tone going to be like? I don't know if you guys have thought of this. I have an idea. What if everybody tonight gave Manny Machado a standing ovation?
Please, no. It's so funny they did that in Philly, notoriously tough Philly.
I know,
for Trey Turner.
I'm sure that idea has been batted out there before.
Oh, it has. I get him in my DMs.
I mean,
it was Toddy 2 weeks ago.
Who knows what's really inside of Manny's head when it comes to, I'm sure he's disappointed that it didn't work out with Nick Castellanos. Maybe he's mad about it. But if we're being honest, if Manny's hitting and Toddy's hitting and they're winning baseball games,
he's here.
He's still here.
Yeah,
he's still here because
and then that's it.
They can hide they can hide a veteran on the bench,
of course,
which they probably love to do. Keep him around for his veteran leadership. If everyone's hitting and they're winning, Nick Castellanos still has a job, even if he's hitting 180 and really not playing much. They have no cause to make a move, but because the other guys like Manny aren't hitting,
pay the price.
Someone had to pay the price. So if it's anyone's fault that Nick Castellanos is gone, it's Manny's fault.
Right. And that's the point, because I think where we started here, Ben, was you saying, would they feel bad if they got a coach fired? Well, will they feel bad that they got, I guess a mostly respected veteran fired essentially from his job, right? That's kind of what happened, because when you look, let's just pick any random stat. Let's pick wins above replacement. Castellanos had the worst number there. It was -0.9. Second worst was Manny at -0.6. So, like, you're not going to get rid of the -0.6 guy. So you got rid, and there's 6 of them, by the way, who have a negative WAR last I checked. So you're not going to get rid of the, you can't quite get rid of the others, but you can dump this guy, and it would sting the other players, I think, in a way that another player being released DFA'd probably doesn't have the same impact. So, yeah, I mean, I do think that's the point. I do think it wasn't just as simple as, well, this guy's the worst player, so let's cut him out. Let's try to change the dynamic with Jace Bowen. Let's just, we need somebody who's a little more athletic and be more dynamic and run the bases, contribute something a little bit more than this guy's capable of doing right now. I do think there was a little bit to, like maybe this does change the culture, change the vibe, change whatever. People like using the word energy. Change something about the dynamic of our clubhouse.
I looked at the starting lineup yesterday. A third of your lineup has a batting average that starts with one.
Yeah,
a third of it. And again, Craig Stammen will probably take accountability. I think he has before for the offense not getting done, but I think that's just something you say if you're Craig Stammen. You have to, buck stops here. It's on me, all that. But
I mean, is anybody really, if you're a Padres fan and you really think about what you're saying,
right?
Do you expect former relief pitcher Craig Stammen to really have much of an impact on Manny Machado or anybody and on how they swing the bat?
I really don't. And I asked Buddy Black the same thing. And it's doesn't mean you should bring in the best, one of the best hitters of all time either. I just don't know. It's different. But I don't know what to do. They're a painful watch, Darren.
I mean, the Marlins didn't win a World Series with Barry Bonds as their hitting coach,
right? Exactly. Those guys didn't hit much. It's just you just never know. At the end of the day, the players are the ones that swing the bats and make the decisions to swing the bats. It's not like Souza has some button where he presses and he's like, oh, it just made me take this fastball down the middle. Oh, he just made me take another one. Like, these guys have been playing this game their whole lives. They know when they see a pitch in the zone that they can handle to swing at it. They know that's why they make $20, $30, $40 million a year. But it's confounding to watch. It really is. It's one of the weirder things I've seen.
Maybe the Padres need a new technical director like SDFC just got. I don't know exactly what a technical director is, but I saw they got one. So good for them.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that as well. I was like, oh, okay. Looking forward to meeting this person. I think they've been without. They had a technical director who left. See, like maybe it all makes sense now. To go take a role with the Canadian national team. So they have now replaced him here at the midway point of the season. So that's just the quick backstory. I don't know any of these people's names off the top of my head. I haven't had any coffee this morning.
I wasn't going to quiz you.
Yeah, they did have one guy who did leave because he had a connection to the Canadian national team. World Cup cycle makes a lot of sense, and they had another guy, I think, in the system, and now we'll get an opportunity to meet him coming up in a bit. So
Darren,
looking forward to that.
Have a good weekend. We will talk to you again next Friday. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Darren Smith on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. And again, we will have Craig Stammen joining us for our management report coming up at 8:35. Before that, we've got some Take on Woods to get to in our 8 o'clock hour. And, Sarah's Smart Baseball right at the end of the show at 9:35. So plenty to still do here on a Friday in the second half of the program, which is coming up, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Oh, we're a little early there. We still have 30 seconds of music left to play.
So close.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I was on the wrong side of the
Well, better
the
early
goodbye.
than late.
That's
usually,
true.
Asking him another question as the music starts.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
But see, I'm always like, now what do we do for these last few seconds?
Just chill.
Let's just enjoy the music as we head toward the top of the hour with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Mercifully halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. Appreciate you being here. Win, lose. There's no draw, so win or lose to the tier ones out there. And yeah, listen, always up for a spirited debate. And the chat is spicy, as it should be. This team is not very good right now, and they're not trending in a good direction, and that's okay. Totally get it. I don't know if I yelled louder, would they be better? Had that debate earlier in the chat. Well, the East Coast media. Well, all right. The East Coast media makes up narratives and screams into a microphone. I did it. I've done it before, and I felt like a performative clown.
And now the Knicks are up 1-0 in the NBA Finals.
And you know what's so funny is I promise you, there are New York media. It's like, I told you it works 30 years later. I told
Not 30.
You.
Their last title, 1973.
That's the thing is like.
Not in our lifetime.
Right. If you want to scream into the microphone, you will hear those guys be like, well, I told you. I told you. It fine, whatever.
You know, it really will agitate everybody.
Yeah.
If we started yelling at them and they started playing better, and then we get credit for all of it,
we would.
Do you really want us to take credit for turning the Padres around? We don't.
We would take credit. People would take credit. People in this business love to take credit. I would actually like to tell you, I'd like to come on and be like, hey, I was wrong about so and so. I was wrong, and they're having a great year. They're just in the skids right now. To be sure. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. I want to talk about what we were supposed to talk about in our open.
Yes.
So, Paulie, you kind of started the conversation this morning. It was a headline that you thought about doing in the Reindl report.
Yeah.
Now, I have a personal connection here, so I'm a bit uncomfortable.
We all do, technically. I mean,
technically, yes.
The headliner of the headline, Brett Michaels.
Yes.
And he's a friend of the show. We had him on just once, I think.
Yeah, once.
Just the one time.
I'd like to have him on again.
That would be great to have him on again. It's been a few years.
Brett Michaels.
Hey, good morning. It's Brett Michaels calling in.
Hey, Brett,
amazing.
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
He's so friendly.
So friendly.
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so
Such a
good.
sweetheart.
I'm good.
Like you've gone to meet the teacher at a parent-teacher. I don't know. It's just very,
I'm good.
very friendly.
Hey, good morning.
We should put that in our open.
I mean,
it's so good.
Hey, good morning.
His band is named Poison.
That's right.
It's not. Sounds like,
scary.
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Your
sounds like a
sweet old
teacher.
grandfather.
Yeah, sounds like a teacher.
Hey, good morning. It's Brett Michaels calling in.
Hey, Brett, how you doing, bud?
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
He sounds like a salesman. Like he's like, yeah, I'm good. How you doing today? So anyway, Paulie, read the headline if you would this morning.
Headline is Brett Michaels in full support of daughter Rain selling feet pics. And I go,
I must have had.
So you also know Rain.
I worked with Rain at the Seals. She was the in-game host, and I was the PA announcer. And she is such a rad person. She's beautiful. She's on a new Netflix show called Calabasas Confidential. And it's not for me. It's a show about all these Calabasas Nepo babies. This is what it is. It's Scottie Pippen's daughter and Master P's daughter and all these rich kids. She's Brett Michaels' daughter. And it's they're trying to tap into.
It's the Real Housewives. It's reality TV for people who have some time on their hands.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't watch really any reality. Sports is good enough for me as far as reality TV goes, but it's not doing it. They've had one episode. It doesn't have great numbers yet, but she is on it. And I must have had 15 people send me that link to that article because they're like, hey, didn't you work with her? And I go, yeah. They're like, all right, well, did you click on the link? I said, of course I clicked on the link. Of course I did. I read the article. I did not go to where she sells those feet pictures yet.
But
You're
not
then,
supporting her in her career?
yes, feetfinder.com.
it's what a good friend does, is it not?
Look,
but
I don't have an account for feetfinder.com yet.
There's a website. Is that a legitimate website?
He's asking like he wasn't peering over your shoulder.
Is that
earlier.
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I didn't make it up.
Okay, I was just wondering if you made it. It sounds made up to me.
So Brett Michaels was doing an interview, and he was talking about Rain, who's his 26-year-old daughter, and she is selling feet pictures on feetfinder.com. And he says it's an incredible world. I was the first one to embrace it as a musician. I love it. I love where the world's at. He's talking about the digital world. Rain then asked her dad if he'd be okay with her doing Feet Finder, an online marketplace where adults can purchase and sell foot-related content. And he says, quote, I think Feet Finder is a brilliant, brilliant decision.
I'll say this. I don't have daughters yet, but if I did, and they're like, Dad, I'm selling pictures on the internet, I would be panicked. If you found out they were feet, would you be less panicked?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think if I'm being completely honest with myself, that I'd go, all right.
Like your daughter, your 25-year-old daughter comes up to you and says, hey, Dad, I have an account online where I sell photos. I sell content. You're thinking the worst.
I'm not quite as naive as everybody. I'm pretty naive, but I'm not quite as naive as everyone thinks that I am. I truly don't get the feet pictures thing because, well,
I mean, what do you mean you don't get it? Are you about to kink shame right now?
I'm not, but
sounds like he is.
You can see feet all the time.
Yeah.
It's like the parts that you don't usually get to see that I understand that people are looking for on certain sites on the internet. Like, do you have to be 18 to look at pictures of feet on the internet?
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
What about elbows?
These feet.
Elbow finder.
I mean,
if you're naked, then yeah.
Like, am I violating some sort of FCC rule? I'm showing my elbow on our stream right now. Well, how is a foot different than an elbow?
But it's not violating. Nobody's saying that anybody violated anything.
Right.
Nobody's saying feet photos are violating.
Right.
Right. But I'm not doing anything. If I showed, why can't kids look at pictures of feet then?
Oh, I don't know.
They can.
It's an adult website. Because they've been fetishized or sexualized or whatever, so that's probably why. If elbows were, they probably would make you be 18. Is your argument in here? Hold on. Is your argument in here? 14-year-olds should be able to go to Feet Finder like the rest of us. It sounds like that's your argument.
We've decided that feet are somehow more, I don't know, attractive than ears, or
some people are probably into
shoulders.
Ears.
Some people probably are.
Are they?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
probably. But you were surprised to find, because Paul had to go do some research on the website, and you were surprised to find there's men's feet on there as well.
Yeah, I was looking at the.
I guess I can. I
was looking at the categories.
You can go to
give me the categories.
You can go to the beach and see all kinds of feet all over the place.
Okay. Yes.
Or you can go to the pool and see everybody's feet all the time.
Yes, but the point of
I show off my feet more than you'd like me to because I enjoy wearing flip-flops.
Your feet are repugnant. Absolutely repugnant. There's corns and
You're not wrong in that you can go down to, South Mission after the show and see people's feet out at the beach.
Right.
You will get arrested.
Not a private part.
You'll get
arrested if you go up and start sniffing their feet.
Correct.
Well, yeah, you
but
can't
you
do that on the internet.
But you can you can imagine it.
You can imagine anything you want at any time.
Do you really not get this? Do you really not get why it's different?
I don't see how it's been made into an economy, essentially. That
everything's an economy.
Then
if people are going to pay for it, then it's an economy. You can sell it.
There are guys that stream themselves 24 hours a day, and that's an economy. And they're literally sitting at their house. I don't get it either.
Honestly,
it's not for you to get. But so it's not something that has appealed to you, because I as much as I'm into it, I still have not looked at that website before.
I'm not disgusted by feet. I'm also not attracted to feet. They're just what people use.
I know
to
people
walk
that are
around.
absolutely disgusted by feet.
Me too. I'm not one of them.
And I wasn't disgusted by them. I was indifferent towards feet.
Mm-hmm. I'm also indifferent towards feet.
Well, then I was gonna say, and then I got older, and now I enjoy it.
Your wife was in the chat and said, Polly, your wife said, I have beautiful feet, and Polly won't let me share them. Now, my question to you,
are you hoarding your wife's feet?
So
just for yourself?
What if you could make an extra,
hang on.
What if you could make an extra $5,000 a month?
Hang on.
And there's no face, because that's what we want to see. Is there face attached? There's not. It could be.
We haven't had like serious conversations about this, but
you should.
I would be okay with it.
Let me ask you. Okay,
too.
so if there's no face, wouldn't you want to know whose feet it was?
No,
if you were
because you're
looking at the
attracted
feet?
to the feet.
But they have to be attached to a person.
Well, they are. They're not cut off, severed feet that they put on a website.
All right, if it was totally anonymous, would you sell body pictures of yourself?
Totally anonymous?
Like, yeah.
Nobody wants it.
No one
but
knows
yeah,
who you
sure.
are.
What part? My second chin or my belly?
My
or
man boobs?
Any part. Like, would you be okay
my
with
bird
that?
legs? How about my tiny, creamy white bird legs?
I mean, styles change. Back in the Middle Ages, people who were like morbidly obese were attractive
because they were rich.
They were rich,
They had
and that was what was considered desirable. So things change.
I grew up in the wrong era.
At some point, bird legs may be the new thing. Like people are. How do I get bird legs like Woods? Because he's got the hottest bird legs I've ever seen.
I mean, I sell baseball cards on the internet. What would stop me from selling my tiny little bird legs?
Right.
Lisa says, "Who wouldn't, Ben?
Yeah, who wouldn't
sell pictures of themselves to make extra money?"
Boy, if I thought people wanted it, sure.
That's
but I
the
just
thing.
don't.
Know your audience.
The worst is you put it out there. You're like, all right, I'm gonna throw these up, and nobody responds. Nobody gives you any money. That's the worst part of it. So then you're just feeling worse about yourself, and this feature that you thought was so great wasn't. So yeah, it's different.
Well, if I do end up helping out Megan, or if you help Hannah out on their feet finder journey, there's plenty of categories to choose from.
Like
you have high heels, soles,
the soles of the feet. Okay, I'm less attracted to the soles of the feet.
Nail polish,
yes,
socks.
No.
Feet with
gross.
socks
I hate
on.
socks on women. I really do.
Picture
I do.
is like a cozy fireplace, and then like
thick-
wool socks.
Forget it.
They're like fully clothed at this point.
Forget it.
Pedicure, dirty feet.
No, come on. You're a creepy pervert.
I'm sorry, the socks thing kills me. You would pay for
Anklets, covered feet.
A big woolly socks on something. That'd be like going to a website going, I'd like to see someone in a bulky sweatshirt.
Yes, give me somebody covered up from head to toe.
Well,
okay.
and then I think there's so many different. I would assume. I don't know. This is literally. I swear to God, on my life, this is my first time exploring this website.
Sure.
I've heard of it. This is actually the first time looking it up. I'm sure there are different layers to it. I think you could probably, if the price was right, you could purchase those socks that are in the picture.
Now we're getting into very dark territory.
I'm just saying that might be part of that appeal. There's dancer feet, tattooed feet.
Yeah, like that.
Nylon.
Male
feet. And because Ben was looking over my shoulder and he goes,
pantyhose.
Ben goes, that looks like a male foot. I'm like, well, it is.
Remember how I told you the other day how shallow I am?
Yes.
Or I should say. No, I'm grown a lot. There was a girl I worked with, was pretty attractive. And she walked in one day and she had hose on, but she had open-toed shoes. And I was like, oh, she's cute. And I looked down, I was like, and it was like the webbing of it didn't
the hose webbing.
Yeah, the hose
feet.
webbing.
That was a turn off.
Eternally grossed out by it. So that wouldn't be my subgenre there on that website. That's just me being honest. Open-toed shoes with hose didn't make any sense to me. Right?
That was just the top categories. They have like the all categories. They have, it's alphabetical. So there's Birkenstocks, Bunyan.
Ben, you're set.
Callus,
the corn,
chubby feet.
Oh, chubby feet.
Crocs.
Ew.
Let's see.
Do they have ankle bracelets?
There's one just says emo feet. I don't know what that even looks like.
It sounds like we should
painted like Robert Smith.
It sounds like we all could be making extra money right now by simply posting pictures of our feet.
I think we should actually
there's a
try
market
it.
for every kind of foot out there.
This one says Italian. How would you know?
Oh,
Italian.
Oh, are you kidding me? Italian feet. What does that look like? All right,
missing toenail.
God. I teach their own, I guess.
Nike shoes is a category.
Paulie.
You can also go on the Nike website
Nike app.
and see a lot of Nike shoes.
There's a bunch of perverts on the sneakers app.
What? They're going to get us canceled here. You can't just show your Nike shoes.
I just made $40
on a stream. You need to see some sort of warning or something like, please turn away if you're not ready to see this.
It is jarring to see the depravity of people. It is. Sometimes you're like, man, really? Okay. But that is interesting. That is very, very interesting.
Yes, Megan, there's a redhead foot category.
Would you put your feet up just to see if you made any money? I think that'd be hysterical. I'll do it if it we'll
start a show
account. I'll put my feet up there.
The feet of Ben and Woods.
Ben and Woods' feet.
We don't have to tell whose foot is who.
Now,
I think everybody would know.
Ben's probably famous enough. We could get him set up on WikiFeet.
What's that?
That's like celebrity feet database.
Celebrity feet. I would do it now in a second. See, that's the thing. I love feet. My feet are repulsive.
Yeah, I don't like my feet at all. I love feet.
Yeah.
When I look at my toes, I'm like, ugh.
That was great. Yeah. I mean, hey, consider it. If Megan could make an extra, like I'm making, extra few $100 selling baseball cards. But I'm in. I'm into it.
All right, we need to take a time out.
Do I need to
that conversation lasted entirely too long.
Hopefully Craig Stammen was listening.
I just texted him to make sure he's still good.
Okay.
Yeah, give you a call in 20 minutes, Craig.
Right. Before that, though, we got to play a little Take on Woods. Last game of the week. All we have left is our wild card categories. We will play our game. If you want to be our contestant, 833-288-0973.
Your wife's asking if she could drape her hair over them. I just put your feet up there. Can I drape my hair over them?
Well, how would they know they're redheaded feet?
He says, yep, sounds good.
Okay, good.
Sounds good.
833-288-0973. Take on Woods coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, if you're getting ready for your weekend, make some plans to head on down to 7 Mile Casino. San Diego's best and closest card room is also where you can get the best brunch in San Diego, or at least in the South Bay, on Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Sammy's at 7 Mile. The brunch is award-winning, and then you sit down, Woods, and have a great time in the card room.
Yeah, you do, man. Playing some California-style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pai Gow, and, of course, some Baccarat. They'll take good care of you there. They got real friendly dealers, friendly people. Very easy to get to. Obviously, just 7 minutes from downtown. So can't really beat it, man. There's no reason not to go down there and spend some time.
That's perfectly said.
Yeah,
no reason not to go.
Right. You can spend an hour there. You can spend 4 hours. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. It's perfect. And it's so easy to get to. You go right down the 5 freeway, get off at E Street. You're on Bay Boulevard. It's the frontage road right there. You've probably passed it a million times. Believe me, when you go in, you'll be like me and you go, this place is spectacular. Check it out today. It's just 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
In just a few minutes at the bottom of the hour. So why don't we get right to our game? Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods. It is time to play Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We got Daniel this morning. Hello, Daniel.
Hey.
All right, this is tough because you have no choices. We only have the wild card category left. I'll explain to you what it is in just a moment. But if you can beat or tie Woods, you will qualify for our grand prize staycation at the Town and Country Resort in Mission Valley, plus a $250 food and beverage credit. Get your special rates for your staycation. Ben and Woods fans, fans, $199 per night exclusively for our listeners at towncountry.com/thefan to book today. I got 3 pools. They got the water slide, 4 stories tall called Twister. All right, Daniel, here's what we've got today. It's the wild card category. It's the only one we've got left this week. And it is the same as the one we did a couple of weeks ago. So if you remember, this is called Title Tracks. It's a music-movie crossover. We're looking for 5 songs and movies that share a title. But the trick is I will give you the musical artist and the star of the movie. You need to figure out which one they have in common. So again, if I said Roy Orbison and Julia Roberts, you would say, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm thinking on that one.
Pretty Woman. Julia Roberts, Pretty Woman. Roy Orbison, he was Pretty Woman. Hopefully, you'll get a couple of these as we go forward. So that's how the game works. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of them as you can. If you don't know one, pass. We will come back to it if there's time left on the clock. Daniel, I'm crossing my fingers for you. Are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. The category, Title Tracks 2. Your time begins when I give you your first pair of artist and actor. Good luck, Daniel. Let's take on Woods. Black Sabbath, Robert Downey Jr. What's the movie?
Man.
Correct. REM, Jim Carrey. Oingo Boingo, Anthony Michael Hall.
Dead Man's Party.
Incorrect. Good guess. Psychedelic Furs, Molly Ringwald.
Pass.
The Beatles, Patrick Dempsey. Getting a little tougher.
Yeah. Help.
Incorrect. Let's go to Psychedelic Furs, Molly Ringwald.
Breakfast Club?
No, Pretty in Pink, but good guesses. What did we have? Just one?
I think just the one.
Just the one, Iron Man. Jim Carrey, REM was Man on the Moon. Oingo Boingo and Anthony Michael Hall. You guessed Oingo Boingo, but it's Weird Science. Psychedelic Furs, Molly Ringwald, Pretty in Pink. And the Beatles, Patrick Dempsey is Can't Buy Me Love. Let's bring Woods in. We'll see. Tougher category. Wild card can always be tricky. Got our wild card category, Woods. It is just like 2 weeks ago. It's title tracks. So it's the artist and the actor who stars in a movie, and you have to figure out which movie they have in common with the song that the artist has. Got it?
Nope.
Remember Roy Orbison, Julia Roberts?
Okay.
Roy Orbison, Julia Roberts. If I said that, you would say Pretty Woman.
Okay, but I have to listen to the song.
No,
I
just give you the two. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when I give you your first pair. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Daniel. Black Sabbath, Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man.
Correct. REM, Jim Carrey.
Man on the Moon.
Correct. Oingo Boingo, Anthony Michael Hall.
Weird Science.
Correct. Psychedelic Furs, Molly Ringwald.
16 Candles.
Incorrect.
CS.
Did they have a song called 16 Candles also? Because that's Pretty in Pink.
What
Right.
was I trying to do? Pretty
The
in Pink?
Beatles, Patrick Dempsey.
I'm going to have to do a technicality. Can't Buy Me Love.
That's fine. You won anyway. So is there a 16 Candles song as well?
There's not a song called 16 Candles, but
Right.
the Furs are in 16 Candles with Molly Ringwald.
Right, but they don't have a song. It's title track,
Title
so you
track.
have to have the
All right.
song title. And they
Okay.
have a song called Pretty in Pink.
Pretty
But that-
in Pink.
I can see why you were confused then
Yes.
by that one, but
Yes.
you did win 4-1. So,
4-1.
all right, I'm going to mix it up next week. Totally different wild card category when we come back next week.
Can't Buy Me Love is an elite movie.
Patrick
Elite.
Dempsey. I haven't seen it in many
man,
years,
it's good.
but yeah, it's a
I
good
don't
one.
think I've seen that one.
Have you not?
I don't think so.
Oh, Paulie, you will love it. Love it. So good.
All right, let's take a time out. When
All
we
right,
come
here we
back,
go.
our management report with Craig Stammet, skipper of the Padres, will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. I know what you're thinking. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service.
Perhaps a little pool party in store.
You know, when I'm pressing, I could use a pool party.
100%.
Some, iced tea.
Barbecue.
And, barbecue out at the pool.
Yeah.
It is time for our management report. It is brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It's better. The guy who actually does have to figure these things out. The manager of the San Diego Padres is joining us, Craig Stammen. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're a little frustrated. It's been tough the last few weeks. You know what I'm talking about. You knew this was coming. Every manager has to deal with a bad stretch. You hope, it's a long time in the future. Is it everything you expected it would be?
And more.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love a good challenge and, something that tests your belief in what you've always believed in. So just got to stick to that, double down, keep our circles a little smaller and figure this out together. But we will. And it's going to be fun when we do.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun for all of us. It's been a weird one, certainly. Now you played with Manny Machado, and you've seen him at his best. You've seen him perform. How wild is this for you, as a guy that played with him, to watch him struggle so mightily this year? And then what do you do as his skipper / former teammate to help him out of this rut?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think he's trying to figure it out. We're all trying to help him in that regard. One thing that I'll give Manny credit for in this stretch, that's probably been something he's never experienced in his entire life, is that he's kept an amazing attitude. He's been such a team player for us. He's been, vocal in the dugout, vocal in the team meetings. He's engaged every day. He's playing phenomenal defense. He's doing everything else, and he's actually hitting home runs. But we're just not getting the hits in between those home runs that we're accustomed to from Manny. But I know he's getting closer. He's on the right track. We faced some pretty tough pitching here the last couple of days. That doesn't help, but it's the big leagues, and you got to figure it out. I'm just going to trust Manny, trust who he is as a person, who he has been as a baseball player for a long time, and just know that this is just one of those seasons, at the beginning, and it's going to change because it is a long season, and we've got a lot of baseball left, over 100 games left, and it's going to be a good 100 games for him.
With struggles sometimes in baseball come some changes. You made a couple of moves this week, including DFAing Nick Castellanos. I heard you talking about your conversation with Nick and how it went, and he's a professional. Also saw Manny's comments after the game. How's the rest of the team kind of handling that move? Do you feel like, as a manager, you got to make sure that those moves don't create, conflict or in the clubhouse when something like that happens?
Right. You're exactly right. I mean, Nick's a great person. He's got a fun personality and definitely was all in with the Padres, in his time here. And, he's at just a different part in his career. Like a lot of guys get to, where they've been an all-star caliber player there, since he was born, basically. He's always been one of the best. And then father time catches up with you a little bit, and you're just not quite as good as you used to be. And baseball pushes you out a little bit into a different role where you're not an everyday player and you're a bench player. And for a lot of guys, that's a very difficult thing to do, to change roles on the fly and figure out how to be good at that. And I just think in his heart, he had other interests. He wasn't quite as happy with that, not being able to play every day. And he's got young kids at home and, kids that are playing ball. And I know he wants to be involved with them a little bit more. And maybe that's now the time for that opportunity. But, we left in a good spot together, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for Nick being able to stay with us the entire season.
All right, so Craig Stammen joins us right now. Your first ejection happened. Do you think you left it all out on the field for your first ejection? Should you have gone maybe a little bigger? Now, I know you played for Davey Johnson, who, when I was growing up watching Davey Johnson, I was like, oh, he looks like a sweet dude. I've heard he could get loud and
the red ass.
Yeah, the red ass, as they say, the ass. Now, do you think you left a little on the table there for the first one?
Oh, I left a lot on the table.
You did.
That was, but it
we need to know.
I got a couple people were joking, hey, that's the nicest ejection ever.
Yep.
I said, well, I try to be a nice guy sometimes, but the hardest part is I got a good relationship with a lot of these umpires. I don't want to ruin that one. And the other part, they're really nice back to me too. So it's hard to get mad at somebody that's nice to you. And I think he gave me a longer leash too. I was expecting him to eject me right away as soon as I walked out of the dugout after review. I was kind of like caught off guard a little bit. And then finally about halfway through the conversation, he's like, I'm supposed to eject you. And I said, yeah, so it's, one of those things I felt like, it was coming. You got to do it as a manager. You got to try to fire up your ball club, and you got to stand up for them when you think, they've been slighted a little bit. And, I felt that way about that. I still feel that way about that call. And, I wanted Xander to know that I got his back in that, and I'm going to fight for him.
So, you just said, look, it's not my personality. I try to be a nice guy. I think many people, when the team is struggling, they want you not to be a nice guy. Is that in you?
Yeah, I think if you ask the players, they've seen it come out right. If you ask my kids, they've seen it for sure.
Oh yeah, mine too.
So, I got that dad voice in me, and we had a little talking to after the game in Washington, last game in Washington, and we got to be honest with each other about how we feel about how we're playing, and clearly it didn't work. Getting them fired up to play in Philly, but I thought we played a little bit better baseball in Philly. We just came out, we lost by a combined 4 runs, so against a good team, and we just got to keep playing that kind of baseball. The offense is going to come, and we'll be able to get this thing turned around.
Talking to Craig Stammen, manager of the Padres. It's our SDCCU Management Report, brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better. I noticed during the ejection, and not just that, but we see it when Ruben goes out to the mound, and pitchers, you're covering your mouth nowadays to make sure that other people can't see. How much of a concern is that with people like, John Boy out there, the lip readers, who will either try to reconstruct conversations based on what they see? Is that something you're thinking about nowadays as a manager?
I think it's, now it's almost like natural to do that. But I mean, there is a part of that too, is, I got family and friends, and, people I care about, they're watching fans or people are watching every move that we make out on the field, not just me, but the players,
Sure.
Ruben, anybody that's out on the field. And, there's times where you lose your temper and you're going to say a few things that you're not really happy about. And that's one way to kind of protect yourself a little bit from it. But, you want to be who you say you are, as much as possible. And no human is perfect. I'm not perfect. You guys aren't perfect. We all know that, and we all try to be as best we can. And in those situations, sometimes our worst comes out. And, to be able to hide yourself a little bit from that is probably a little bit better. It's probably a smart move. Is that going to happen every time? Probably not. You'll get a little too fired up and forget about, what you're doing at the moment.
Talking to the skipper, Craig Stammen, here on Ben and Woods this morning. The catcher position is one that's also been a bit confounding as far as offensive production. I mean, what was it, Ben? One hit in
the last
12,
since Rodolfo Duran's home run in Seattle, one hit from the entire both catchers and none in the last 12 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You feel for those guys because Freddie hit some balls hard and they didn't drop in. But do you feel that there is a decision that needs to be made, sooner than later about trying to get more production from the catcher spot?
Yeah, I mean, we're working with these guys every day, and one thing that they have done really good is they have caught some great ball games, and they have kept our team in the game,
Sure.
Behind the plate. And, that's their main objective in that position, is to be able to do that, to handle the pitching staff, keep us in the game, do the little things. They've been amazing throwing out runners. Freddie had a little bit of a tougher time in Philly, but up until then, they've been two of the best throwers in all baseball. We've also got Campy on the IL too, who's more of that offensive catcher that we've come accustomed to. And Freddie, like in his past, he's really been pretty solid offensively.
Yep.
Just in one of those funks, that it's hard to explain, but they happen in baseball. And, yesterday he hits a rocket to left field and it goes right at the left fielder. That ball falls in, who knows, maybe he jumpstarts his season a little bit and he can get going again. But, those guys get beat up a lot behind the plate also. And they're fighting those minor little nicks and knacks and injuries and stuff makes it difficult to hit, as we know, with catchers. But again, the same message. I know it's boring and hard to figure out, but it's a long season. This is just one little part of it. It's a rut. It looks terrible right now, but hopefully in a month we'll look back and say, that made us stronger, it made us tougher, it made us make adjustments to make us better than we've ever been.
I think the collective funk, though, is what is the hardest. It's got, for us as fans, we get to turn it off and go about our day. For you, driving home from the ballpark, going, the whole team collectively, for the most part, is in a funk. And that's as a fan, it makes you beat your head against the wall. What is it like for the manager to look at the collective funk of the lineup?
Yeah, you're right. And I think all of us, not just me, but
Sure.
All the entire coaching staff, the front office, all the players, especially, that we're going home and all thinking about it. And I just know that when things are going, like when you're playing great baseball, you're not bringing all that stuff home with you to home. You're leaving it at the field and you feel satisfied with the work that you're doing. It's working. You're getting the results, and funks like this make you question everything. Make you question things you've done for 10 years in your career. Like, is this the right thing to do? And that belief is, tough to overcome. But we as coaches have got to be able to be the biggest supporters of these players. We've got to, believe in them more than anybody in their world would ever believe, more than their mom and dad believe in them. We've got to show them that. We've got to say that to them. We got to prove it to them some way so that they can, play at their best. And I think that's kind of our goal going forward as a coaching staff, is to, get those guys believing in themselves, show them that we believe in them, and know that, like, if you go 0 for 4 in a baseball game, it's not the end of the world. The next day you're going to have a chance to do it again, and hopefully there's a couple hits waiting for you.
I have to ask you about a moment in yesterday's game. I think we all as fans occasionally play the chess match along, but not at the level of clearly, the pitchers and the players who are out there. Manny against Zach Wheeler, after the first two at-bats, the fastball.
Right.
And I'm listening to Jesse call it, and it's like fastball, and I'm going, is he going to throw that ninth fastball, or is he going to throw a spinner off the plate here? As a pitcher, what were you thinking in that moment before Manny hit the 2-run homer?
Yeah, I we're all thinking a lot of the same things. I think Manny, the first at bat was definitely not sitting on foul. He was sitting on a breaking ball. And
Clearly,
he was
yeah.
Gonna assume he was gonna get one at some point. And Wheeler painted 3 on the outside corner, and then second at bat, he's like, "Well, I'm not. I got to double down on my approach. I can't, go with the wind on what my approach is." And he got him again. He swung at one, swung through it. But, Manny said, it was almost like Manny set him up. And, he's like, he can't hit it. He can't hit it. He can't hit it. Oh, he did hit it. And he did. And I don't know, for me, it felt like there was a lot of frustration in that swing and how far that ball went and just its perfect trajectory. And, I'm kind of hoping, that's kind of what Manny needed just to get going a little bit, let out a little frustration, show everybody I can hit a fastball. I haven't lost it. I'm thinking through the game. I'm trying to find that right approach. And when I do get my pitch, I can still hit it. And I think he proved to us all, how talented he really is.
It was a very Manny moment.
It was.
I will say that for sure. What would you give for 12 runs on 17 hits tonight?
About anything.
Yeah. It could happen. I mean, this is baseball.
I would probably uncover my mouth and say a few words my mom would be happy about for that kind of stuff.
Well, we certainly hope to see it. These things do happen. We hope that you break out of it. And as you said this week, sometimes you just need to see something good happen on the field, and that's all that it takes. I hope it happens tonight for you guys. Do appreciate you joining us after a long trip and a long flight. Our listeners appreciate it as well. Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's we're in a tough spot right now, but the good start that we got off to is very beneficial at this moment. And where we sit in the standings, we're in a good spot. So I'm excited about the rest of the season. I know it's better to have this kind of rut early, and then we can crush it late, and that's what these guys are going to do. I know they're fired up for it.
Only 101 games left.
Only
101.
Can we survive them?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Craig.
See you guys. Thank you.
Craig Stammen on our SDCCU management report. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that was a very Manny moment to, take that pitch particularly and hit it as far as anything he's hit all season long.
Yeah, I mean, again, interesting to hear. His approach was, I'm sitting off speed. I'm going to sit off speed, and the 3 balls down the middle. You're like, okay, that was maybe the wrong approach to take. I don't purport to be a big league hitter or a big league hitting coach, but Manny Machado has been a hunter of fastballs his entire career. It just goes to show you when things are going bad, your approach changes in your head. I'm going to go sit breaking ball against Zach Wheeler, and Zach Wheeler threw that first one, was like, oh, he must be sitting breaking ball, so I'm going to throw him another.
And he's stubborn. He probably won't change his mind, so I'm going to keep throwing the fastballs.
It's crazy to hear. Yeah, man. You feel for. I can't imagine what it would be like. Like I talked about the collective funk, right, of everybody. It's not just the catchers. It's up and down the lineup is not getting the job done right now. So that's one where you look at it and say, what do we change? Like, do we have to make sweeping changes? Do we have to break this thing down and build it up again in June, right? Not in the off season, in June. Do we have to completely strip this down and try to fix it? I think the answer is, I don't know that you need to strip it down, but you do need to try to do something a little differently, whether it's mix, again, he's mixed up the lineup plenty.
A lot.
He's mixed it up plenty.
As AI told us that the problem is that he's mixing up the lineup too much.
But, you can see why he's doing it. You can see why he's doing it.
Of course. And baseball rules really limit you from making too many changes.
Correct.
The Padres only have a 40-man roster. They're up against that right now. They're going to have to activate Johnny Brito tomorrow from the 60-day IL because his rehab stint is over. They're going to need to bump someone off the 40-man tomorrow. Even if they put him in El Paso, they're still going to have to bump someone off the 40-man. So you can't just willy-nilly, let's make 7 changes tonight to our roster. You can't do that. You don't have the roster spots to be able to make major changes in season with guys under contract and guys on your 40-man. That's just impossible to do.
Yeah, it is. And Mets coming in town. It's a series, a team that you feel like you should beat, but it's not like that team's not laden with stars. And it's not like we haven't been a team that has helped other teams get back on their feet. So, of course, man, you're nervous as a Padre fan for every game. You have no confidence. If you as a fan have no confidence going into games or very little confidence, how do you think the players are feeling right now as well? Like, got to be tough for them to go to the ballpark. But they're the ones who get paid to do it. They got to figure it out.
I certainly understand fans who are skeptical when Craig Stammen says, still feeling good, we're going to turn this around. He sounds really confident that is going to happen. I understand your skepticism, but he does make me feel better. I know he's not an idiot. I know Craig Stammen's not an idiot. And if that's what he truly feels, then maybe I'll buy into that as well. And this is just temporary.
Show me, not tell me, right?
It too shall pass. We will come back. We've got Randall Report. We've got Eno Saris and more in our final hour here on The Fan.
41 years old today. Tier 1 Alex. Happy birthday, buddy. 41.
41, the big 4-1.
What I wouldn't do to be 41 again. 51 in July for your old pal Woodsy. It's unbelievable to wrap my head around. 51. I certainly don't feel it.
My youngest turns 21 next month.
Woo!
Trying to plan something festive for a 21st birthday. Do you want to be with your parents on your 21st, though?
Less than anything on the planet.
That's kind of my concern.
Now, did he ask you for this, or is this your idea?
He thought it was a good idea.
Okay.
What? Thought that we could set him up and meet him in Vegas for
He
a
wants
weekend.
you to pay.
Oh, yes, obviously.
Why don't you just
We'll give him some free time. I mean, I'm not going to make him like hang out with me the entire.
You want to go
time.
see Wayne Newton
for his actual 21st, like the day?
No, like a weekend after.
after.
He can do his
You gotta
actual
give him-
21st with his friends.
Yeah.
Up in Seattle.
All right,
where he
that's
lives.
good.
But yeah, then after that, pay for a little fun Vegas weekend where he can make use of that
So
ID
you'll be getting
for the first time.
You'll be going. That's next month.
Yeah,
that's next month.
So you'll be going to Vegas the day I get back.
Oh, that's a good point. You're going that week, right? And I was going to go that Friday, hopefully.
I get back
And,
Thursday.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it is.
Please. We'd be ships passing in the night.
I thought you just said the S word.
I thought he was about to
I
say
was
that
like,
too.
what is he doing? He's lost his mind.
Ship.
Right.
Like when Manny said the Padres are playing like dog ship.
Right. Chit. I used the
Chits.
chit.
Yeah.
This
You
morning.
used, all of them.
All of them, I think.
You sprinkle them all over the table, all your chits.
I'm out of chits for the rest of the year. No, I think that'll be. Now, what do you do in Vegas with your 21-year-old son? Because you're not going to, I'm asking you.
Me.
I know what I would do, but
Right.
what would you do?
Well, I would take him like to the gambling
Golf course.
tables.
Golf. He doesn't play golf.
He doesn't play golf. No, I mean,
Hey, you want to ride around the cart while dad plays the win?
sit next to him, at a table or something, roulette, or explain the rules. Ben's playing the rules to him.
It's just like this is like your birthday.
Odds
You
and
get to Ben's
rules.
playing
Yeah.
the whole weekend full of Ben's playing.
Yeah, I don't think we'd go. I don't think I could go with my son to like an adult establishment.
That's what I
That
want.
would be
That's where I
weird.
was leading.
That'd be
I was
awkward.
trying to lead you down
For
the
both of us.
path. Would it be?
Very.
Never been with my dad. Been with my uncle. Had a friggin'
Your uncle?
Oh my god! Had a time of my
Really?
life. Yes, had the time of my life. Uncle
Your
Jack.
dad's brother?
Yeah, in Chicago. Guy used to come in, take me and like 10 of my friends. He's like, let's go. Time of our lives on the house. He was recently divorced, and we were in college, and he would drive down from
So
traffic.
he was
Traverse
kind
City.
of reclaiming some of his
100%.
old youth
would
with
be
you
worse.
guys.
Parent would be
very weird.
Hey, Dad, and as Bunny is rubbing up and down on your dad's legs, you're like, all right, this is weird. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Don't think I could do it.
No.
So you guys, you'll just gamble, take him to dinner,
Yeah, absolutely.
sit by the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is pretty much what, and then golf is my Vegas vacation. But
Right. Will you golf?
I don't know. It's very hot in July. in
Very
Vegas.
hot.
It's not.
I've thought about if
It's not that fun to be outside for 4 hours.
We're driving that week out there, and I thought, I'm like, hey, we're not flying. I can bring the golf clubs, but like, it's gonna be like July 18th.
Play by yourself?
in Vegas. I don't mind that.
Rates are quite affordable,
Yeah, I was
as you would imagine,
I would
on
have to be
golf
out at, like,
courses there that month.
5:15, right?
Yeah,
Tea
you gotta-
time
yeah,
to
you
get
gotta
out
get
before
the
the heat.
early time, and still by the end you're going to be pretty
Still
miserable.
gonna be toasty. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I can do it.
But at least that's the tentative plan right now.
All right.
Start looking into that.
Yeah,
this
get a
weekend.
cabana by the pool. Can't go,
Even the pools, you got to go out pretty early.
know.
Like if you're out
You can
after
reserve.
11 a.m.,
get a cabana.
it gets really,
You can buy a head down
really
and
hot.
reserve like a seat at a game or something. You can
Yeah.
reserve like
All I'm-
cabanas, umbrellas.
All I'm seeing is the calculations of the money you're going to spend ringing around in your head right now as we speak. Yeah, 21st is a big one.
Usually get pretty good deals in July.
Okay.
So that's,
All right, we'll see. You guys enjoy the Luxor for your 21st.
See, now the first
Be
time you go
staying
to
off strip
the
at
first time you go to
Orleans.
Vegas,
You don't
you
care.
don't know.
I
You
stayed
don't
at
know.
Harrah's.
Everything
Yeah.
is pretty amazing
Oh my God.
for the first
You
time.
tell them
Yeah.
hey, yeah, this is it is the Hooters hotel and casino. It's
You don't-
one of the
yeah,
nicest.
I think it would be bad. Like the first time you go to the Wynn, like the first
Stay at
time.
the Cosmo?
Remember
Yeah.
the first time I went to Vegas, I stayed at Buffalo Bills
in Prim.
Prim.
Which isn't even Vegas.
I think the first time I went, a bunch of my college friends and we rolled out for the Mountain West tournament in March. 20 years old on a budget.
Yeah.
I think we packed like 9 of us into a $60 room at the Hooters Hotel.
Yeah, the Hooters Hotel is a real thing. You did a little gambling there.
Oh, yeah.
My room at Prim, and I shared it with
$3, wasn't it?
Well, it's $3 each. $9 for the 3 of us. $9 now. Yeah, this was like 1997.
My dad's salivating as he's listening right now, salivating at the thought of a $9 hotel room.
Yeah, Prim is done. Apparently, they're closing the whole thing up.
That's right. Ghost town. All right.
All right, let's get to some Rindle Report headlines.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul. All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah?
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen. We made it.
Made it.
You know, I thought about it this morning. You said last week, Woodsy, the 4-day week that we had, you're like, why do 4-day weeks feel so much longer? Coming off a 5-day week, we didn't have a single win to talk about. I still feel like this week was easier than last week.
No question. Unquestionably.
Just don't get it. Fairly slow sports week outside of the baseball, but we did have some NHL Stanley Cup final action last night. The Hurricanes beat the Golden Knights 4-3 in overtime to even that series at 1-1. Did either of you guys catch any of the hockey?
I saw all the overtime.
You did,
which is a good time to tune
Oh,
in
yeah, it's
for
great.
a Stanley Cup final
Yes.
playoff game.
Sure.
I did not see the first period. Are you going to mention that one?
No, I was going to let you because I didn't watch it either.
So defenseman Braden McNabb of the Vegas Golden Knights took 87-mile-an-hour slap shot to the
Yes.
face and had to go to the hospital right under the visor or to the nose. I mean, baseballs are bad. Hockey pucks are worse.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
think.
so dense,
Hard and rubber and
baseball's
icy
hurt.
cold. Hey, baseballs are bad.
It's cold,
But I think hockey pucks are even worse.
Shouldn't you where to hit him in the face? Like in
He
the
got
mouth?
right under his
Under?
like,
Got
visor
up
and
and
hit
under
him
the
in
mask?
the nose.
Nothing
Yeah,
you can do.
hit him in the nose.
Nothing you can do.
Ugh.
God bless. Is he a defenseman?
Yeah.
Was he doing the thing where he got in the way of a shot?
Yeah, it was blocking a shot.
Oh my God, man.
That's a different breed. They are a different breed.
I'll
How do
never
I
forget,
get
man.
my infielders
I mean,
to
think
stay
about
down
that.
on a ground ball.
Think about that. You're a baseball player, but you're at bat. But your job is when the pitcher pitches is to jump in front of it so it doesn't get to the catcher.
Oh, man. When you put it that way.
It's so true.
It really is.
Yeah, you run and jump in front of it.
Can't let this ball get to the catcher. I'm just jumping in front of it.
When you put it
Yikes.
that way.
They are a
Oh,
different breed.
yeah.
I can't get 8-year-olds to stay down on a ground ball. I can't. I'm trying. Other than sitting on their back as some other coach hits them, grounders, it's just the hardest thing to do. Imagine, all right, kids, when you see him wind up, you got to get in front of it, like and just wear it.
I remember when I was about 7 or 8, probably around Bo's age, we started having kid pitch. So you also had to have kid catch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you had to work out catchers and learn how to catch. And I wanted to try it. My knees didn't hurt yet. Before I sprouted like pretty quickly when I was in middle school, and my knees just went out. I couldn't catch anymore. But before that, I loved it. And I remember still the exact practice where we had to go behind the dish. They said, throw your glove over there. You don't need it.
Yep.
And you just had to block. And I'm like, this is child abuse. This is absurd right now.
Dads love that drill.
Oh, I hated it.
I
Hated
love
it
it.
so much. But yeah, no, the hockey puck's worse. I remember I was at a Gulls game like 10 years ago, and a shot ricocheted and flew into the crowd, and it hit the seat like 2 seats away from us. The sound that the puck made when it hit the plastic backing of the chair,
Shotgun.
I was just like, that would have done damage
Could've
if
killed
that
me.
hit me.
Yeah.
If that was 2 feet to the right, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see here. Where we at? We'll move over to the NFL. I think we mentioned it in passing just a couple of days ago that Russell Wilson was going to be taking a job with CBS doing some broadcasting work filling in for Matt Ryan, who left CBS after he retired. He's going to now be the president or something like that of the Falcons?
The
or
Falcons,
GM?
yeah.
So he's back with the Falcons. So CBS signed a Russell Wilson, but we didn't know if that meant he was retiring, if he was doing guest work or not. He did announce officially that he has retired from the NFL. He posted a video. Thank you, football, all that.
And as we know, athletes can never unretire and change their
especially
mind.
quarterbacks. They never do that.
Absolutely forbidden, which means there's no chance Russell Wilson will ever play football again.
The Jets.
Yeah, right. I guess I'll ask you that. First off, does he ever throw another football again?
Yes, he does.
I think he probably will as well.
Take a little breather.
That's why you take the media job, because you're like, it's going to keep me around the game and all that. But that's an easy one to back out of,
Was he a free agent?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He was with Pittsburgh last year? Where was he?
Now you
No,
just
New York.
you wait. You wait
2 years ago
until somebody needs him.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And somebody will need.
He
him.
will take that call in like November.
Yeah.
Someone.
Joe Burrow went down.
Yeah, someone really wants. Oh, it's a pretty good situation there. They really want me. I would lay odds of at least 50-50 that he plays this season, despite the announcement of his retirement.
I'm with you.
I was thinking about his career. He was on like one of the highest trajectories you could have been on when he came into the league and surprised. What was it, 4th round draft pick or something like that? Like won a Super Bowl, almost won a second straight Super Bowl. He was like headed for the Hall of Fame, and then his career really like after he left Seattle and went to Denver, and then he bounced around to like 3 or 4 different teams. Like he was never the same quarterback.
No,
the second half of his career was like a complete polar opposite of the first half of his career. And then people started asking yesterday, is Russell Wilson a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah, I think he is.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Hall of Fame.
Recency bias makes everybody say no, but
I'm furiously looking at
I was wondering if you
stats.
were,
Yeah, I'm fine. He had some
He
really
was
good
really,
years.
really good. And then
like a
really,
4 or 5 years.
I just feel like you can't play yourself out of the Hall of Fame. If he had retired like after 2021, after Seattle, and had a 11-year career with the numbers that he had, he was a surefire Hall of Famer in my mind.
so because he kept playing.
You can't play yourself out of the Hall of Fame once you've put together your credentials.
10-time Pro Bowler,
I see what you're
almost
saying.
50,000, 46,966 passing yards, 353 touchdowns. Yeah, he's probably a Hall of Famer. Never won an MVP award. Never received a single.
No, this is the
MVP
Football
vote.
Hall of Fame. I'm judging on those standards. They put in 7 people every single year.
Sure.
Usually, these guys tend to make it.
Yep.
And he has his Super Bowl ring.
Okay. All right, I can get behind it. Nor do I care much, but interesting.
All right. And then finally, we'll wrap it up here. I was having a lot of trouble finding a third story here. We had the Brett Michaels, Rain Michaels story. We ended up doing that a little bit earlier. I don't have a third story. I did have something, though, for you. I didn't leave you completely hanging. So when we talked about the Brett Michaels and Rain Michaels and the feet story, we played this clip from when we recorded after the show with Brett Michaels like 4 years ago.
Hey, good morning. It's Brett Michaels calling in.
Hey, Brett, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
It just makes me smile.
So weird.
Every single time. Well, since it's the Rindle Report, I Skrillex that audio just a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Hey, good morning. It's Brett Michaels calling in.
Hey, Brett, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you?
I was like, oh, is he going to echo this? Because that's not going to make me laugh. That got me good. Was not expecting that at all. Oh, God. Oh, I needed it. Oh, my God. I'm dying.
I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today?
Ooh, I needed that so badly. Holy crap.
I've been sitting on that for about an hour.
Oh,
About an
should
hour.
have played it for Craig Stammen, man. Lighten the mood. Holy cow, that was amazing. Thank you for that, Paulie. Excellent work.
You're welcome.
Anything we can replay and go home. I am absolutely.
We still have Eno
just hit the
Saris.
wall. Oh, we got Eno coming up.
We got Eno still.
Well, we got to break his balls about yesterday.
And we've got some Padres tickets to give away. In fact, let's do that right now since it's for tonight's game against the Mets. It is Party in the Park Friday. If you want to be the fourth caller right now, 833-288-0973.
Okay, how are you?
833-288. We should have been a sounder to win the tickets
yeah.
all week long. 833-288-0973. Experience the fully transformed Gallagher Square and enjoy pregame happy hour, including $5 drink specials, tonight, live music, other fun activities as the Padres open their homestand and 3-game series against the Mets. You can get your own tickets at padres.com/tickets or win them now. I see everybody calling in. 833-288-0973. And I do want to remind everybody on this upcoming homestand that begins tonight, also have the Xander Bogaerts bobblehead giveaway presented by Palomar Specialty Insurance coming up on Tuesday, 6:40. Padres take on the Cincinnati Reds. For 40,000 fans in attendance will receive the Bogey Goes Boom bobblehead presented by Palomar Specialty Insurance. He's going to be in that Padres Military Sunday uniform. I'm sure you've seen Don and Mud demonstrated a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. For more information, visit padres.com/giveaways. All right, we'll come back. We still have not done our MLB reach around. Look ahead to the Padres Mets series, and then Eno Saris joins us coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you?
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open. Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino.
Casting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. I am looking at one of those like StubHub or SeatGeek ticket maps for Game 3 of the NBA Finals, which is, I believe, on Sunday at Madison Square Garden. Monday at Madison Square Garden.
Texting with Darren about it yesterday. The prices are absurd. And I told him, dude, if the Knicks win Game 2 and are up 2-0 heading into Games 3 and 4 at the Garden, those will be the most expensive basketball tickets of all time.
You get a big arena. Think about like going like to a concert, and the ones at the top are like, oh yeah, $41, and then $72. Oh, up by courtside, $180. Like at a normal
concerts are like $200 now.
When is the
Depends on who
last
you're
time you
going to
bought
see.
concert?
I don't know. Okay, let's say you're going to
if you're going to a battle of the bands, it's about $40.
Yeah,
just
sit
so
on
you
the
know,
lawn.
local battle.
All
of
right, let's say
bands.
you're going to a Seals game at Pechanga Arena.
Okay.
What are the get-in prices all around?
No idea. I worked for them. I never bought tickets.
Right now, like the nosebleed corner, like your best deal, the one that has the the green deal sign on it, $8,035.
That's the get in.
The Fire Hot deal, which is kind of, at the top, but on the sides, $10,284. Now you go down to the lower bowl. Oh, this one's decently priced. Not right behind the court, but in the second level, $15,601. And then you get down to just the good seats next to the court, $45,823 or $53,553. This is per ticket.
Per ticket.
I
told you last week the story about my buddy. He bought tickets. He's going to be in New York next week, and he just happened to be able to buy tickets. He bought tickets in the 200 level. How much are tickets in the 200 level corner, like the suite level?
Yeah,
right
like 10,000.
10 right now?
Yeah, like 10,000.
He got them for about 16 each before 1,600 each.
Yep.
Before Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
God.
I heard that.
Ow.
He spent about $3,500 on 2 tickets that are now going for 10 each. And then his order was canceled by Vivid Seats. He ended up getting 2 more seats in the nosebleeds for about the same price he paid. It was like 3 each.
Sell them.
He can still sell them.
Sell them. Go to a bar.
Dude, I said, is there
What are
a
you
number?
doing?
This has been his lifelong dream to watch the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. I go, there's a number though in your head, right?
Oh,
And he
yeah.
goes, oh yeah, there's a number.
$10,000 for both.
And I think it was right around there. And so I'm going to the Padres game with him
New
tomorrow
York's
night.
a huge city. How is there, 17,000 people that can all afford to pay 5 figures for tickets to a basketball game? It's
I
amazing.
don't understand.
I don't know. I really don't get it.
Unbelievable.
That's really something else. I mean, what would you pay for a Padres World Series ticket? It's a game. Yeah, but this is not even like a game 7. Like, yeah, I guess I can kind of wrap my head around it. It's like, I have a chance to watch them clinch.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's game 3.
It's game 3.
Those are the prices right now. Again, if
it's
you
gonna go
assume
up.
the Spurs will probably bounce back and win tomorrow night or tonight, but if they don't, if the Knicks are up 2-0, game 3 is going to be super expensive, and game 4 will be through the roof.
And also, the worst thing on the planet is if you buy those tickets and they lose. And you're like, cool, man, just flushed $6,000 down the drain to watch my team get bodied by Wemby.
Yeah.
If which
It could
very
happen.
well could happen.
It could happen.
I'm selling.
$6,000. He said the get-in price right now is 8. That number's not going down.
I give him, if I'm him and I got those tickets in the upper bowl, and I'll go for 2. He's got a pair, right?
You got 2 of them, yeah. He paid like $3,500 for the first original
Right.
pair, and then he paid like $38,000, I think, for the 2 new ones.
I'd post them at $6,000 a piece,
make a ton of money,
and I'd probably take 5 a piece.
Those would sell instantly at these prices.
$10,000
for like 4,000 profit.
It's about 5 or 6.
Yeah, profit, right? Yeah, which is nuts.
All right, we got Eno coming up. Why don't we get to a quick edition of our MLB Reach Around?
They're doing the
Reach Around.
They're doing the
Reach Around.
Everybody's doing the
Reach Around. Quick, because there were like 8 other games in Major League Baseball yesterday. We mentioned it earlier. The Arizona Diamondbacks rallied to beat the Dodgers 3-2, 2 in the 8th, and a Ketel Marte walk-off home run against former Padre Tanner Scott in the 9th inning as the D-backs split the 4-game series with the Dodgers. And the Giants, once again, they've been either giving up 16 or scoring a bunch. This time it was scoring a bunch, 12-9. And then there was a 1-0 game in the middle of those, 20 hits to split their 4-game series with the Milwaukee Brewers. By the way, look at the standings. Finally happened. Padres are now 5th in the wild card race.
Awesome.
In the National League. After all those days going, how are they still leading?
Right.
Now they are not.
5th.
They have dropped to 5th, from 1st to 5th in one day.
Very cool.
They're only half game out of first or wild card spot again, but
I mean,
they've
look,
finally fallen out of a playoff position.
But if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that you were going to lose Yu Darvish, Nick Pivetta, Joe Musgrove.
Did you download Ben's software? What is happening
If you
right
told
now?
me that Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, the whole team would not hit offensively, and they were still 3 games above 500 here on June 5th, I would believe you.
I wouldn't believe
I wouldn't either.
I would not.
They're careening off of a cliff right
They
now
are.
as we
It's so
speak. Though it's Thelma and Louise right now, but yep.
Another
Maybe we'll turn
former-
it around.
Former Padre Brian O'Hearn, he's back at a 2-run shot, his 9th. The Pirates beat the Astros 5-1. Pirates are looking somewhat legit.
I watched
still.
that game. They got Jared Jones back. His average fastball last time was 99.
Yep.
He is just squirting fire, dude.
Weird game, Cubs and A's. So Cubs fans, after they lost 8 in a row at home, were booing PCA.
Yeah.
After he lost a ball in the sky at Wrigley Field, had no idea where it was. Ended up about 30 yards over his head.
Yeah.
And he just stood there, and
That's crazy.
Guys went and got it. They rallied though, and then the 4 in the ninth, and guess who had the walk-off single in the ninth inning? PCA came back, won it for him 7-6 as they avoided the sweep against the A's, despite 2 home runs from Shea Langoliers, including the inside the Parker there against the Cubs. Blue Jays beat the Braves 7-2. 10 hits off Chris Sale, no less, for the Blue Jays in that game. Yankees topped the Guardians 2-1, but they will be without Aaron Judge until at least August, as he's been placed on the IL with a rib stress fracture. Going to get more imaging in 4 to 6 weeks. So the Yankees going to try to hold on without their MVP. Orioles topped the Red Sox 8-2. 6-run first inning made that one a laugher. And the Royals beat the Twins 8-6 with 2 in the ninth to wrap up the win there. And that's your MLB reach around for a Friday.
Interesting.
All right, when we come back, Saris in our final segment, Smart Baseball, to wrap up the week, coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. You know what they say, Woods? Better late than never.
Always.
It is time for a little smart baseball to wrap up our week. Paulie, if you would.
It's time for the super polished, yet to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Harris, Saris, son of a bitch. Brought to you by 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from the ballpark, by the bay in Chula Vista.
And we're joined right now by our favorite indoor indigo idiot.
Yes.
Eno Saris. Eno, how was the elementary school graduation yesterday?
Laid us out.
That sounds like a band Eno would listen to, the Indigo Idiots.
The Indoor Indigo Idiots. Yes, in concert.
It looks like I need to go back to middle school. I am not handling my calendar.
Yeah, same.
I can't text worth a damn. Yeah. So
Every day.
sorry about that, guys.
Every day of my life. Every single day. I talk to my wife. She gets up early when I do, and we talk in the kitchen. We have coffee, visit. It's our time to catch up. We talk over the daily schedule every day. As soon as I get off the air, I call her and go, am I getting the kids or are you getting them? She goes, we literally, and I go, I have to start writing it on my arm. It's either like dementia or I don't know what it is.
Safety pin, notes
safety
on
pin.
you?
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm the
So
same.
I relate.
I'm the same guy. I call it the nutty professor. I'm not good at, the only way that I survive is routine. And so anytime things are knock off a routine, and we have family in town, it's graduations for both of my kids. And so everything's in hubbub. Something always I'm always like, oh my God, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the children, I need to pick up one of the children, or you know what I mean?
We
Like,
were dying, dude. It was
definitely-
great, and it's something that's happened to all of us. I'm not asking him. I'm not going to ask you. I want to talk about anything else other than our baseball club here. I really don't know what to say at this point. I was actually kind of glad that you missed it yesterday, because I don't know what to talk to him about. We've talked to him about the same thing every week. I said it today. You can't get worse than 30th, and they are in 30th place in most offensive categories right now, and now you're starting to see maybe even a little fissures in the bullpen. I'm not sure. It's hard when your offense isn't scoring. Everything else is magnified.
I mean, it's just on Manny and Tatis at this point. And Merrill, showed some signs of life in recent games. Tatis finally got that homer. Oh my God, it must have felt like an enema. But I'm happy to see him, like, Tatis finally tinkering a little bit with his stance. He's kind of opened back up again. We've seen some pulled fly balls recently, so like signs of life, I guess. And the weirdest thing about Manny is, despite how bad the batting average has been, and now for like 4 straight months, the power has been there. So the bat speed is there, the power is there. He's also tinkering. He's like 4 or 5 inches further back in the box than he's ever been.
Interesting.
So like he's like, it may not look like he's looking for stuff because he's such a serene, like, you know, like his just countenance is so serene, but like, he doesn't want to be hitting 180. And he's still giving you a fair amount of value with still decent defense, but he doesn't run as well as he used to. He looks older, he's just older. But I think he'll get it going at some point. And I still do have confidence. I think Jackson Merrill is an excellent young player in this game. I mean, if you just look at the defense, the base running, the contact rate, all of these things, the biggest question for me is he a guy who makes a lot of contact and sprays the ball around, or is he a power hitter? And I think that question of identity might be where he's stuck a little bit, in between being a power hitter and being a contact hitter. So that's the only thing that I see in his profile that makes me wonder which way is he going to go with this. But he has all the tools you need to succeed. So those 3, it's just on them to get it going.
Sarah's with us on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. You mentioned Tatis opening up his stance a little bit. Steve in the chat says, Ben, why did Tatis start the season with a closed stance? I don't really need to ask him even to know. I know how these things work. You work on stuff in the offseason. It feels real good in the cage, and you go, I like this. I'm going to stick with this. And then you start the season right, and it doesn't work right away. And then you're thinking, yeah, but I got to give it a fair shot. It worked so well. Trust the process. Yeah. We worked on it hard in the offseason, put in all this time to, I think, get myself better, make myself a better hitter. I'm sure there were reasons behind it. And then you get to this point where now what do I do? Do I stop trusting the process and go back to what was working before? That feels like a setback for a lot of players, I'd imagine.
Feels like a panic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you also have your hitting coach and some advanced metrics telling you that you're doing all right. Like your 95th percentile, 99th percentile in hard hit rates. And you're like, that can't be bad. So you're like, do I just need to wait for the results to come into play? But I would have shown him the spray chart and been like, dude, there's nothing over here. Like there's something like, can we just turn your body this way so you can put some stuff over there? Cause it's better over there. And now you look at the spray chart and you're like, okay, all right. So now he's pulled like 4 fly balls. It was like 0 at one point for a long time. I don't think he's even pulled a foul ball in the air. So the spray chart is gradually moving. I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I did, that somebody with his bat speed, the
20 home runs.
Yeah. So I still think he can get to 17, 18 homers on the year, somewhere in there. And he's kind of so maybe he's like more of a 2020 guy than he is a big power hitter anymore. But I think some of that's on a choice of his to cover the plate more instead of doing more damage. And I would say, I'll take the 25, 26% strikeout rates if you're giving me 30 homers. Like, I'd rather have that.
Yeah. A question was asked in the chat earlier, and I it's like I know the answer, but I couldn't eloquently speak it. And because I'm also not real bright, so somebody said, well, wait, so we got Ruben Niebla, who's, widely regarded as one of the best in the business, and he gets a lot of credit for pitchers making adjustments, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell me the hitting coach doesn't matter. My theory is that, the Padres have cycled through so many hitting coaches over the years. They're always the convenient scapegoat. Steven Souza he will be the next one to go. What is the difference? And I couldn't eloquently state it. It's different to me when you have the ball in your hand. I don't know why that is. Not that coaching, not that coaching pitching is easy. It's not, but it seems, what's the right answer there?
I think you're right. I mean, you're dictating the action.
You're dictating the action. Right? Yep.
So you can stand up there. I mean, like, this is before pitch clock, but just generally you can stand up and be like, which pitch am I going to throw? And so they're like, you can, that's why some pitchers will just show me their grips, right? Because they're like, that's not going to help the hitter.
Right.
Like, I'm just, I get to make these decisions. If I'm going to manipulate the ball this way or do this, I get to decide. And hitting is at its nature reactive. So no matter what you do, at some point it's an animal instinct, right? Like, it's just see ball, hit ball. Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite players growing up was Benito Santiago, and he hit a walk-off homer one time. They interviewed him and they asked him, what'd you do? And he goes, I see the ball, I hit it hard.
That's it.
Like,
yeah. One reactionary, one dictating the action.
I think it's a perfect what you said. When the pitcher is throwing it, they have one job, and it's to throw the ball where they want to with the right spin. Now, they don't always do it right. It's still hard to do. But with a batter, you can say, okay, how do I swing? Well, what kind of swing? Is it a fastball inside? Is it a fastball outside?
Yeah.
Are you looking for a slider? Is it up? Is it down? By the time you're done, you have like a million different possibilities you're thinking of, where the pitcher is really just trying to execute the one thing that the coach is trying to get them to execute.
Who's the Ruben Niebla of hitting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've settled on anybody. I think hitting is an upheaval right now because we're hitting more. We're tracking bat speed. We're tracking swing path, shape, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more infusion of data right now. So you've got your data, you guys. I think maybe well regarded as Van Scoyoc, the Dodgers one. He was one of the earliest data-friendly guys, and he was like a 30-year-old that had never played high level of baseball, that was kind of a data guy, and he was kind of a little bit surly. And so the newest version of that would be like either, kind of Jason Ochart and Soteropoulos in Boston, but they're getting a lot of heat right now.
They're getting crushed right now.
Long, I think, is really well regarded. He's been around for a while. He's a little bit more of a line drive, preaches line drives. And I think he's with the Phillies, who are one of the worst offenses in baseball right now.
Yeah.
So, there's nobody there. But if I said what I can say about like the research on it and stuff is that like what we've looked at in the past is the biggest effect that a hitting coach has is on swing decisions. And so you basically have your little slightly more aggressive hitting coaches and your slightly more passive hitting coaches.
Yep.
And so that is a better fit with some players, who. If they have a great sense of the zone, it's good to be passive because then you'll take walks. But if you don't have a great sense of the zone, you should actually be aggressive, so you can be aggressive in the zone and get to a ball before strike three. You know what I mean? You don't want to watch strike three go by. So
right, yeah,
aggressive and passive. But I think there's also with modern hitting coaches, there's like how much of a like how many live ABs do you take? How much do you get on the traject? How much are you? How many drills are in your bag? Like how many different drills that do certain things? You're like, oh, you're flying off the ball, so like I'm gonna make you do this drill. Like how many drills do you have in your bag? I think that's part of it too.
And the quiver. Yep.
Saris from The Athletic, you writing with Britt Giroli this week about injuries and how some MLB organizations seem to be more injury prone than others. Asking the question: bad luck or systematic? As always, I assume that it's tough to drill down and find an absolute answer to any of those questions. But
tell them your Trevor Hoffman story.
My Trevor Hoffman.
Yeah, when you got chewed out for a question. You and Craig.
Yeah. Back when I was a very young pre and post game show host, Craig and I questioned whether the Padres, they were having a ton of injuries back in like the early 2000s. Said, hey, trainers not doing their job, right? Just, kind of the thing. And Trevor Hoffman came to us the next day, and he said, you need to work this out, because that is not true at all. You need to speak with these guys. They're doing a great job.
He made you apologize.
He did. Yeah, made me basically go apologize.
Like I do with my 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Come on. Say you're
Pretty
sorry.
much.
Say you're sorry.
Yeah. Say you're sorry.
So it's hard to
legendary.
blame organizations, but what did you kind of find with Britt?
Yeah, I mean, the weird thing was when we sorted injury rates, we just found the Yankees, Mets, and Orioles at the top, the Astros and Tigers too, and we could sort them different ways. You could look at, under 26 guys in the minors. You can look at hitters, pitchers, and these teams kind of came to the top. And what I think was really interesting about it was, one part of it is a lot of them are well-heeled teams that they'll actually sign hurt minor leaguers, right? Yep. They'll sign a hurt minor leaguer to rehab and just have them around. They'll actually keep guys around that are hurt in case they come out the other side, where some cheaper organizations like the Angels they're listed as one of the healthiest organizations. But you know what an Angels team will do is you get Tommy John and we don't really need you on the 40-man. You're kind of a fringy guy. We'll cut you.
Interesting.
So there are certain teams that will cut guys that are hurt, and so that doesn't count against them anymore. There are certain teams that will load up. One thing that just really stuck out for me, though, is if you talk about injuries from an organizational standpoint, because the minor leagues is so much bigger than the major leagues, then whatever you're doing at the minor league level actually sticks out more, because everyone thinks injuries, Dodgers. Yes, the Dodgers are first in major league injuries over the last few years. But in the minors, they're one of the 10 healthiest. So
very curious, almost like roster manipulation, in my opinion.
That could be part of it. It could be part of it. They'll take a minor league guy, put him in the major leagues, and then put him on the major league IL, right? Yep. On the 60-day IL in the major leagues. Oh, you suddenly have an extra roster spot on your 40-man, right? So
super weird.
Yeah, there's roster management. There's like what you do with minor league free agents. But the last part that was also really interesting was that the Yankees are probably the hardest swinging minor league team.
Interesting.
And the Orioles and the Mets and the Yankees are all top 10 in AAA Stuff Plus. So these are data-driven organizations that have lots of data like points that they're giving their like key performance indicators, they call them, that they're giving their players, and they're saying, hey, these are the things we care about. Swing the bat hard, throw the bat hard, throw the ball hard, throw nasty pitches. These are the things we care about. And that the players then internalize that, and they will push themselves into the red. So what becomes really important is that you do something like the Cubs hired a director of fatigue. And like you just have a guy who all he does is monitor everybody's sort of fatigue levels, make sure they don't push into the red too often, right? And and the director of fatigue sometimes has to tell people, stop. Like, I know you want to make the major leagues, but today you got to take a day off, go play some golf or do something else.
I would be the best in the world at that.
Are you kidding me? No one's more fatigued than the chairman of fatigue.
You're chairman of fatigue.
Appreciate it. We're out of time.
Put your feet up.
We are out of time.
I missed my calling.
Take care. Hopefully we'll remember you next Thursday. We'll talk to you at 8:35.
Thank you, buddy.
And it'll be routine. I'll answer the phone and everything will be great.
Perfect.
See you, bud.
He says data, not data. I noticed that at
data.
the end. Chairman of fatigue, director of fatigue.
Yeah, I'll be director.
We're all fatigued because we've been out here all week long, and we're done.
Well, that's it for us.
Braden and Frank can fatigue themselves coming up for the next 4 hours. For Paulie Reindl, Stephen Woods, thank you, Tier 1s. We will be back Monday morning at 6 a.m. right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Have a great weekend, everybody.